Thank you so much,
let's
Stephanie.
let's see what happened last time, Ron.
Well, what happened last time was a couple things. Rowan, realizing that the love of their life was in danger, decided to reach out to try to get some protection, mainly by calling Leon, who offered to keep an eye on Darcy, along with backup as well. So just in case the Fae decide to take her out, that they will have backup, hopefully. And she made calls with other people, Richard and such, to shore someone to keep an eye on the Winter's movement, just so her love could be safe. While that's going on, Darius was preparing for a meeting with the vamp that Celine had set up for him. And though on his way out, Matthias seemed to be pacing a bit, as it seemed Zorn had not returned home. And even with the exchange of texts, there was not much about where exactly he was at. So, of course, they reached out to Celine, who, might know where John's at, because they didn't really have access to him. And John was in the backyard of her new home, seemingly relaxing, and Zorn was not there. Even when she spoke with John about it, apparently Zorn told him that they wanted to skip out on training today. So Celine offered, of course, I'm going to find out more information. Give me some time, I'll let you know. And of course, Darius should go to his meeting. So he did. As, Celine has to do some work. As Darius went to go meet Miss Fairchild, a prominent vampire and a contact of Celine. And though she was a very cold individual, she was polite overall and seemed, stern as she gave Darius some pointers, explained some things about how vampires feed and what he should do, as well as giving him an opportunity to hunt. And, between a woman who seemed to be checking Darius out and a very drunk, loud man, Darius approached the drunk man and was able to procure a way for him to get him out there without too much interference and take a bite without not killing the man for the first time, succeeding. Though the man was a bit wobbly, Darius was able to talk to him a bit more as well, I believe, before he took a bite, learning that he seemed to have fallen in love with a beautiful bartender, someone very magical, as he described Darius. And Darius, after having his meal and saying goodbye to Fairchild, decided to make his way to find out who exactly this mysterious bartender is, this beautiful bartender, and came upon a woman who was much more than she seemed. I think he went up to her, trying to do a bit of flirting as best he could, or at least for Darius, as she seemed to be unwilling to engage, introducing herself as Claudia, and very standoffish in the face of Darius's, let's say, kind behavior. Though, back and forth for a bit before Darius deciding to back off a bit, as Celine got a call late in the night from Zorn, because Zorn had, Celine was able to get in contact with him, and he asked for some time, some space to deal with the situation, as he had found out exactly what happened, as Celine had told Matthias and everything else, and panicked, accusing her of bringing Darius here, like, I was here, things like that. As she was able to piece together that apparently Darius had stumbled his way into where Zorn was hiding out, trying to get some space from his dad, and left the bar or wherever he was at, essentially. Celine promised to take care of it for Zorn and called Darius, demanding that he leave. Darius was, of course, confused, but Celine didn't give him much options or choice, as he decided to make his way back home, unsure about what had transpired and unaware that he just missed his son. While that was going on as well, apparently, we learned later on that Zorn was going to be staying with the Angels. He got his own place that he wanted to, stay a bit away from Darius and Matthias. He seemed to be a bit angry for good reason, as he found out that his soul apparently was not his, given away to some demon lord, and apparently the Angels that he had come across, the same people that Matthias is meant to talk to, had offered to help. And Celine was able to get a chance to talk to Zorn and speak with him with this new place, this woman who seemed to be watching over in Helvia, as well as learn a bit more from her, as Celine talked with them and was able to convince Zorn to come with her, as long as he doesn't have to see Matthias and Darius, of course. And speaking with the angel, who seemed aware of Celine, as well as her hand and Abaddon, we'll say, and revealing that they don't really have much plans in the way for Zorn. Just want to make sure his soul isn't in the hands of someone else. Be very dangerous, especially someone they don't really like either. And that they don't wish for, at least for harm. They wished for an alliance with Matthias, it seemed to be, and, well, just to make sure allies are in place. And asked Celine for a favor, an introduction for her sister to meet Abaddon, this new demon that everyone knows about. And Celine, of course, said yes, that she will talk with Abaddon to see they would have a meeting. As she took Zorn and he went to the world that John comes from to stay there for a while. And Celine walked in to let Matthias and the rest know. As, well, I believe as well, Celine talked with Matthias as he revealed to her his options. That as Helvia had mentioned to her, that they had offered a deal for him to, I guess, become whatever position they wanted him for, or Abaddon, who has already given him power beforehand. That his new, well, no longer a sworn, he is now just a regular mortal man, and his knees hurt, he's older, and, well, that's a reflection of his mortality. And through these options, only two, angel or demon. Celine seemed to be unsure, but seeing what Matthias had to say to her, she told him, go with Abaddon. And he said yes. Though apparently he has to kiss her for it, as we would later find out in different ways. While that was being taken care of, Rowan gets a relief call from Leon, explaining that the Fae have not revealed themselves at all. Apparently your girlfriend seems to be very obsessed with shopping, apparently, as she had apparently helped him to get the things that Abaddon wanted. And, well, she's going to be at the party, so seems to be all in the clear, as we all made ourselves prepare for the surprise party, as Grace and the Williams were reunited with Jay, who a bit confused, but happy to see a lot of people here and meeting his mother for the first time. People celebrated. Grace crying, Rowan being there to console her as the news about what happened and at least one of her children being alive and cared for and loved. As Abaddon / Zoe talked with her and they got along, and Grace, still overcome with grief at certain times, they were basically there to keep her up. And Rowan approached a few people, mainly Celine, to thank her for giving her the push she needed to take the steps, as she seems to be in a better place now here with her friends and family and the person she loves the most. And she's grateful for it. And that she plans to take Abaddon on an offer, that now she wishes for a new fate for herself. As Darius also approached Rowan, chance to try to bridge gaps, try to offer a gift to Jay, anything he wants. He's magic after all, he can do something here. Rowan, of course, said sure, and went off to give the offer as Zoe prepared that for Jay. And Jay's offer for anything he wanted was sister, that he hears her sometimes, and that he wishes for her to be here, to be real. Much to Grace's devastation, as things got a little bit sour there. Grace was sobbing with Rowan there to console her. And Darius, hearing this, felt even more guilt and shame. And, well, everyone tried to fix that little hiccup there. Checking on Darius, everyone else checking on each other, and Celine checking on Matthias, who seems to be preparing for a very not fun time, as he told Celine that Zoe wants a kiss for this power, this deal. And, well, Zoe as well mentioned to Rowan and Celine that, well, Jay's going to get a chance to engage with other people close to his own age. A family trip, we'll say. Apparently in the world that John comes from. A safe place where no one can really touch Jay, as he is going to be cared for. Which we all agree with as well. Regardless, the party dispersed after a bit. Rowan and Darcy staying here, and Grace hanging out with her son, as well as Lamar and the rest. Celine stayed further behind to be there for Matthias, as he was heavily drunk, and it was revealed that Zoe wanted a bit more than just a little peck on the cheeks, as not Darius's father, well, Celine left the room, but he fulfilled his contract, let's say, as we made our way to our vacation time with Darius, Matthias being left behind to deal with other things. Darius now trapped, well, as a vampire, and his father working for Abaddon, and getting a little bit more than just a couple extra help, we'll say, as it became known to Darius that his father was sexually involved with Zoe, and they're dealing with that awkward conversation. And of course, Celine, Rowan, John, everyone else in the world of, well, another world of existence, few years passing, few months in the real one, as Jay grew up from a small child to, I think, 14 at the time, as we were celebrating another birthday with him together, and things took a turn as somehow tears in this world, the Fae flooded in, Snow Knight appeared, and a battle was ensured as they went for Jay. We were able to keep ourselves safe together, but Rowan immediately understood what happened as she vowed death for Darcy, and Darcy said, "Sure, as long as you're alive, my love," and took Jay. And Rowan was left with a wound that I don't think anyone can properly heal, as we are alive, but Jay is gone. And now we are back in a situation where the Fae have him prisoner. And I think that's where it ended last. Rowan breaking down.
Yeah. As I think you all are like coming back into the Inferno Club. Unless there's somewhere else you want to go.
No, I think letting Zoe know is the first thing.
Yeah, going to the Inferno Club.
At the very least, you, Celine, and Rowan, I think, should inform Zoe of this. As
Yeah.
John will inform you that he'll
Yeah.
keep everyone safe. As well, John will let you know that there might be some changes going on with them.
She's talking about the other dimension, right?
Yeah, like your home, your castle is about to change somehow. He's being very vague.
Okay, she'll trust him on that regard.
As yeah, the two of you would return back and Inferno Club. As you as soon as you step kind of like the door, Leon is waiting for you on the other side. And like lets out a long sigh. Looks rather sad a bit. Never really seen Leon sad.
Leon?
Yeah. I heard about what happened. Sorry, you know.
Yeah. It's...
I'm gonna kill her. I'm going to watch the light fade from her fucking eyes when I get my hands on her.
Rowan, not Rowan, but Celine glances from Rowan to John with a bit of a nod. We came immediately to tell Abaddon as much as we can.
Yeah. Yeah, right this way. As he's gonna lead you into a different room. As you kind of step into this very well decorated, clearly a different style compared to the rest of the club. As you'll kind of sit in, and as you walk in, you see Zoe just kind of one of the couches, kind of with her arms together, as seems to be lost in thought before looking up as you both enter the room, and Leon just kind of gives her a nod before closing the door behind you. She's gonna stand up. She's gonna walk up to you, Rowan, and just kind of give you a hug.
And Rowan's actually kind of shocked, surprised at that. It takes her a second or two to actually like respond as Rowan just starts crying.
And hold you there as you cry. Says, I'm here for you. Let it all out.
When someone keeps crying, she'll say, "Kill her for this. I'm going to kill her. I'm going to kill Snow. I'm going to kill Snow Knight, Fiona. And then when that throne's empty, I'm going to kill anyone who thinks they can even get fucking towards it. I'm going to collapse that entire court."
Holds you tight. Eventually, after you manage to collect yourself a bit, pass you a bunch of napkins. I was told a bit about what happened. How I thought I should look at you and says, I thought they couldn't get to you there. Have any idea how?
Ron, I assume we know that. Do we know that Darcy was putting holes throughout the years that she was there for the Fae, or do we know anything about that at all?
You know that as like a general thing, I guess, but it's like she also assumes, hey, it's probably somehow related to Darcy, but like I thought that place was inaccessible to non-natives.
Yeah, gotcha. Because I can only assume that's what she's. Because I want to make sure I tell her the most accurate information. So yeah. Well, I'm going to be honest. I'm not entirely sure exactly the full details, but from what we gathered is over the years that she was there, Darcy was poking holes. We'll say, trying to create an opening for them. While she was smiling in our faces, she was laying down, making a door for them, a way in.
If he was fucking right this whole time. Me off.
I asked who?
Kind of chuckles a bit. Your good fucking friend, Vampire Lord. He, that long ago, he warned me that I figured out apparently that we had him, and he reached out. He warned me that the Fae would have contingencies. I just didn't know what they were exactly, and I thought they wouldn't be able to sign. There's not that many ways one can fucking reach through dimensions like that.
You're not wrong. And honestly, if it wasn't for... She kind of grips, just kind of glances at Rowan, I think. Well, they had some help from the inside.
Well, I'm putting together a new alliance, let's call it. The gestures for the room. More old-fashioned people. I need you two to go back and just do the hardest thing possible. As she looks at you, Rowan.
What do you need me to do?
Nothing. Just need you to wait. not make any big plays, big moves. Just pretend like you lost, and you're now grieving. You're frustrated. You're lost, and you have nothing else to do. Just play into that. Let them believe they won.
I will ask.
It's easy enough to look broken. I won't have to pretend much.
I will ask Zoe if I have permission to. I want to look into magical dimensions, if that's the case, just for a proper understanding.
Yeah, be my guest. My point is just don't take any offensive actions against them yet. I am gonna have a meeting soon here with Vampire Lord, very powerful angel, Jay's Cole.
Raised eyebrow.
Yeah, that's gonna be a wild card for sure.
Very well. I assume things went well with the sister of that angel person.
Yeah, you could say that. Kind of smirks a bit.
Oh, that's right. Right. Well, Stick, we'll do what you ask, Abaddon. Guess a bit of a wink with that one, but I'll leave you to it.
I would also ask Rowan that you have Grace stay here. I don't care if her brother stays here or not, but she's just a human.
I'll speak with her.
She nods and yeah, I mean, unless there's something else you want to talk to her about.
I plan to inform Darius about the situation.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
something the matter?
No. I mean, it's not related to him, but I guess I still have a deal with his dad.
Yes. I assume that is also going well.
Yeah, I think he's become a much more productive member of society.
Oh, I'm happy to hear that. I was worried for him, so that's good to know.
His tower, though, is worrying me.
I forget. No, that's also something to bring up as well. I assume that there were plans for that, or well, it's his to do what he wants with.
Yeah, but well, I'll leave you to. Maybe you can handle that situation. It's a interesting thing that place apparently takes different curse sort of changes. It's a very interesting change that it had on it.
Yes, apparently whatever the owner is at the time can affect it.
Yeah, no,
Very
definitely.
dangerous.
Yeah. It's gotten quite interesting of late there.
I understand. Penciling that one into the list of things to do. I'll take my leave now.
I will chat with you a bit later.
She nods. Before leaving, I don't know if Rowan would allow a pat on the shoulder before she left or not, but if not, she would give her a nod.
I mean, yeah, Rowan wouldn't like refuse it or like push you away.
Yeah, she'll pat her on the shoulder before taking her leave.
Celine kind of walks out. Abaddon looks at you, Rowan, and says, sorry for what you're going through.
Rowan will say, "I think I should be the one apologizing."
Want to make it up to me? I'm gonna have to ask. I'll ask you for something at a later date. I promise you this, Rowan. You will get your vengeance on Darcy. You have to give me something in return. You will have to understand that I make deals. I have to make deals. It's because Darcy and Fiona fucked. Doesn't mean all Winterfell are fucked.
And takes a breath, and she'll say, "As long as Darcy, Fiona, and Ethel die, as long as I don't have to fucking interact with anyone in that misbegotten fucking land again, I can bear it."
She nods.
And until you give me signal, I'll hold false peace in hand. I won't make a move against any of them.
First priority is rescuing Jay. I've already began making allies with some Fae. I will talk to you later, Rowan.
Later.
As you walk out, Leon is like another person talking with Leon. As you see this sort of woman with like wavy, long blue hair.
There's never an NPC photo.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. What?
Does this person have an NPC photo?
It does. It does. It does. In so many chats at this point.
Oh, fuck, is this Iris?
No, this is Maya.
Maya, alright.
But yeah, I mean, they're not gonna pay attention to you as you kind of walk out. People.
Yeah, Rowan's not gonna pay it any heed, really. I think in her mind she can piece together already made deals with Faye. I think she can piece that together, but she doesn't stop to ask or look, really.
But yeah, as unless the Celine and Rowan want to talk to each other.
Unless Rowan needs to talk to Celine, she has to. Well, she has work to do, I guess.
Yeah, no, Rowan has a conversation to have with Grace. Anyways.
Yeah. If you want to convince Grace to stay here, it's not not gonna take much arguing. At this point, everyone kind of trusts both you and Abaddon. Her brother just insists that he can like stay along, which I mean, it's not gonna be a problem.
Of course, it's no issue.
And other than the fact that, well, I mean, you already can imagine that she is like afraid, scared. You realize something, Rowan, is that while you have this sort of burning rage in your heart and you desire to just rip these people apart, Grace is still a person, and while she sort of like despises them, she's not as bloodthirsty as you are. She's much more concerned with getting Jay back than anything.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good thing. It's a good thing. Rowan would be very concerned if a normal human felt like she did. And I will reassure Grace that there's already lines being made. There's already plans being made. That Abaddon's already getting people on board. We'll get him. We got him back once. We'll get him back again.
Nods. Thank you. Thank you for everything. If anyone's gonna succeed at this, it will be you. All of you.
Rowan will nod and at this point, Rowan is going to tell Grace about the role she had in all this. And Rowan doesn't sugarcoat it. Like she doesn't make herself sound worse or anything, but like she tells what happened, and she didn't realize how much Grace meant to her until it was too late.
I guess you can roll me persuade an NPC. You rolled with.
Why was this disadvantage was applied? I did not click on disadvantage. I don't know why that was applied. Let me see. I think the roll would have been 4, 5, 6, 7,
Yeah,
8, 9. It would have been a 10.
It would have been a 10.
This would be like
I don't know why that was checked.
I think it would have been, yeah, it would have been 4 and a 2. That's 6. 7 and...
Oh yeah, 9.
But yeah, as you kind of explain things to her, she's gonna say, she like seems shocked, hurt. There is also understanding because you clearly like regret your past actions, and you don't seem to sort of like dodge responsibility at this point.
No. The most Rowan might say is that the most is that what they did to him after, she didn't know about that, but everything before that, yeah, she knew. Like Fiona was straightforwardly honest with her.
As you finish explaining things to her, I'll need some time to think about this.
Understand?
As she will As you say, she doesn't. You say I understand. She'll actually get up and like walk away. Clearly, there's still like anger underneath her. She's just kind of like understands why you did it, but like is still quite upset.
Yeah. As I'll look at, I'm gonna assume Lamar was there for
Yeah,
that.
Lamar would be like close by.
So I'll look at Lamar and this may not have been the best time to tell her, but I think waiting for a better time was turning into an excuse.
And let's give her some time. A lot.
Of course. Good thing you'll be here with her. As I'm going to Rowan will tell Lamar how Rowan's orders are that she can't move against anyone that was involved in this. She has to go out into the world and basically grin and bear it until she gets the order otherwise.
My God, is there a look of sympathy? If anyone understands the frustration and the difficulty with orders like this, it's Lamar. Yeah, it's gonna suck for a while, isn't it?
It'll be hard, but I'll do it. I'll do it.
He nods. Listen, we put away a fucking dragon. We'll deal with this shit. He's mostly saying that's himself rather than you.
As Rowan will she'll tell him since you're going to be staying here, I'll tell you this. As she'll say that Jay had an uncle, uncle who's very different than his father, and that uncle is apparently going to be talking with Abaddon. So I don't think the monarchs are going to know what's going to hit them when it's time.
Kind of chuckles at that. Damn fucking right.
That Rowan will say her goodbyes as she's going to take a breath and head back out into the real world.
In the real world, in the physical world rather. Several months would have passed at this point. Let me check the timelines. Probably it's say at the beginning of summer, so it would have been
Great. Rowan's favorite season.
yeah, it would have been what, 5 months, 6 months? No. Yeah, at least around half a year, maybe a bit more, roughly. But yeah, it's kind of early June, early to mid June.
Yeah. So Rowan takes a deep breath again, and she probably had it crumpled in her pocket at this point, but she'll take out the favor, Darcy's favor, the little ribbon that she would wear sometimes, and she's just gonna let that blow away.
As the wind will just kind of take it away. We will begin with some faction for everyone. So I think I don't know. I think if I get like 2 moves, do you?
Is it like based on your circle or something like that, or
Yeah,
status?
it's status. It's status.
Yeah,
I think it's like, oh yeah, I think it's like however many, like your highest status. So I mean, I think Celine has 2. Rowan has 1.
One. Yeah.
And Darius also. Trying to find action turn. There we go. The highest status. Okay. So, anyone have any ideas on what they want to do? Because depending on what you want to achieve,
Yeah.
I'll let you sort of roll for that.
I think Rowan's going to. These are city moves, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's going to try to use a consult your contacts, and she's going to specifically because she's trying to get in contact with like Elliot to like ask about the because Elliot is connected to the fucking Vlad Dracula, Prince of Darkness, so she wants to go to him to ask question about what has happened in like what's been happening recently.
Yeah, you can roll me so status in that circle. That's
So plus
their power.
1.
Yeah. Yep.
Complication.
Tough question.
And
yeah, that makes sense. This makes sense. Because you know what, it's Darcy kind of betrayed you, and they might have some questions of you. So yeah, I'll say you probably schedule a meeting with Elliot, as you'll kind of meet like a dive bar, as he'll kind of meet with you as he like is already drinking. As you sit down at the table, he like kind of gives you a look. Be honest, Rowan.
hey, Elliot.
Don't you fucking hey Elliot me. What the fuck? What the actual fuck?
Rowan's going to say. Rowan will say, because yeah, she don't need to be a genius to figure out what the hell what he's getting at there. So Rowan will say, the first person I ever saw in life, the woman I've loved my entire life, took advantage of my sympathy for her and stabbed me in the fucking back.
But are you gonna like? I assume you plan on doing something about this shit, knowing you.
Absolutely plan on it. But I've gotten orders from currently orders are hold the fucking peace for now until shit gets in order.
Yeah, I know, and I know Abaddon is all fucking scheming and. Well, I'm gonna level with you, because unlike these people above us who scheme and move pawns, and I'm a much more of a realist. So I'm gonna ask you. I know you're gonna be fucking upset. You know, Abaddon doesn't strike me as the sort of individual to lose out on a good fucking deal. What the fuck are you gonna do when that happens to you? When she makes that deal that'll just piss you the fuck off.
Rowan will say. Rowan will say, the only deal that would piss me off right now is if Darcy got to walk away, or worse, she got to fucking sit on the throne after this.
Let's take that then as that worst case scenario. Because you
I'd kill Darcy anyways.
You let Darcy sit on the throne meant saving the Dragon Boy.
Yes. It meant Jay got back. If it meant we got Jay back. If it meant that he could be back with Grace. Yes.
He like puts like an armor. He like seems to like relax. I'll presume this wasn't a lie.
Oh, no, that wasn't a lie. That wasn't a lie. That was the truth. And like, it's like pulling teeth, but it's the truth.
Yeah, he'll kind of put an arm on your shoulder and be like, in this fight, you have to win. And winning sometimes means letting go of grudges. And I'll be honest, I don't know what the fuck, how we're gonna pull this off. But I'm prepping you for the worst, okay?
Everyone will nod. If that's the worst, I can live with it. Because the worst I can imagine is we fail and we lose Jay forever.
He'll nod. As yeah, how's that? He's gonna just sort of stay with you a bit, maybe drink, maybe like tell you a bit about what's been happening around town. Honestly, it's clear to you that was his big concern. It was like you would be blinded by vengeance and lose sight of the true goal. But it's time now for Darius. Tick.
But you look at the time.
I'm sorry. I'm here. I'm sorry. I
Yes,
clocked in. I saw it was tick clock.
Yes, Tick. So, I would say this. There's gonna be a couple of things that happen in this like roughly half a year time skip, maybe a bit more. Question is, have you thought about the stuff with the playbook? Are you gonna change to the vampire or are you gonna stick to the mage?
All I want is my familiar grunt. After that, I will change to a vampire.
Okay. So you're gonna still have to sit on the path until you get that one.
Yep.
Okay.
He's
Well.
trying to fight that nature.
Well, it's eventually like the guys helping you with the feeding will have to stop, but at this point, at the very least, you can sort of do it without like still not easy. And every time you have to feed, it's an entire fiasco, an entire challenge in it of its own. So not really that easy, but you've managed in this time to at least avoid any complications. I think, or you still do you still have any harm left?
No, I don't think I do.
Okay. Then yeah, it's all good. So for your city move, because you still get to have one, what you have done that time?
Oh fuck. Gotta think about what are those city moves.
What would you want to do? I can like tell you then what would be the most fitting.
I guess I was told that I should probably go and meet people and make alliances, so probably do that.
Or would you
What
like
is
to
that?
meet people? Is a big of a term.
Well, since nobody's been around for 6 months, add to the faction, I guess. Whatever it was. Whatever move I did to become allies with the other wizard, I guess continue doing that.
Okay, that's not how moves work. You tell me what you want to achieve, and I'll tell you the move. So if you say, "Hey,
Okay.
I want to make more allies," then I'll kind of tell you. That would be putting the word out. If you just want to make more
Okay.
allies, for example.
Yep, I want to make more allies.
Now, the next question would be, from what circle? Actually, never mind. It's specifically your circle. Never mind. Yeah, so I guess you could find allies within your own if you want to expand the faction. Or would you like to make a new one, maybe? Not a new faction, because you're not making factions. These words so fucking literally.
I'm sorry, girl.
No, it's also my fault, because I So just make new allies. That's it. Tell me what circle you want to make allies in.
I guess knight.
Okay. Give me and what allies specifically about what? Like how are you approaching this? There's not like a make alliances offer button.
Instead of allies, would the word contacts be better?
You
Try
would
to make
still
more
tell
contacts
me
with them.
like we're just gonna
Yeah.
meet and greet people? Is that it?
Try to get. Yeah. How about this? Because I'm a vampire right now, try to get an in the vampire circle. Try to get involved, I guess, and to meet somebody to get my foot in the door. I guess, does that make sense, Grunt, or is that too vague?
Sure. Roll me with knight status. So 2d6.
Okay. Oh, knight status. What should I? Okay.
No, there's no just roll it.
Oh. 2, 6.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want, I'm gonna make you an offer. I'm gonna let you drop the one status and power and put it in knight.
Okay. Why not?
As yeah, you've been going around and sort of kind of given up at the whole I'm a wizard and slowly transitioning to I'm an actual vampire thing. As you've been hanging out with that scene, sort of getting to meet people. Of course, you already know Sophia and Farah, but understanding a bit more of how the vampire ecosystem works. and more importantly, letting them know that you are now part of them. So people kind of know about you now, and that you are a vampire and not an actual wizard. So that can change how people treat you and who exactly will approach you in the future if there's any problems or deals to be made. He is in fact
All
winning.
right.
He is still winning. As in the time skip, I'll say that Darius, your dad has in fact taken over the tower, but he is sort of comes and goes. He's not very talkative. You'll still sort of make small talk, but other than that, he's not really gonna tell you about his business. But he's no longer just kind of in the city. He'll kind of like tell you that he is working in the surrounding area as well. And more worryingly for you is that the tower itself has shifted. And now it's a very dark, gloomy place. That's
It's not great.
do you still sleep at the tower? Well, you're a vampire, so you don't really need sleep. So never
Do I
mind.
is my
Never mind.
stuff there? Yeah, I guess, because I don't really have anywhere else to go.
Yeah, I was gonna say you don't actually sleep, so never mind. The tower for you is just a gloomy place. Dark, shadowy. Blue is much meaner. He has shifted. He's no longer polite and helpful. He is I mean, he's still gonna be helpful, but he tends to make more sarcastic comments. Belittles people now. The personality shift was gradual, but eventually noticeable. At this point, especially after 7 months.
Yeah, this has not been a fun time for Darius. I'm not gonna
Nope.
lie.
It's good, Darius, that you don't sleep. It would have been even worse if you slept. It's fine. All fine. So now that Red's back, Red,
both in character and out.
Red, what are your city moves? What's Celine doing in town? The time skip.
Well, I think there's a few things. So let me know what one makes the most sense, of course. One, she's trying to find more information exactly about that dimensional travel, trying to understand exactly how Darcy was able to do that. Maybe either to stop it from happening in the future or just at least be aware.
Yeah, give me consult your contact with power.
Okie dokie. So make sure I understand.
How much status do you have in power?
I think one. Let me double check. Hold on. I have one.
Then
No
you roll
status. I have
status.
0. Sorry.
Then you roll with 0. So just give me a consult with common prompts. Just leave it 0.
Okay.
Okay. On hold. So, ask 3 of those.
Okay. This is about the Darcy situation. So
Well, this is about the portal thing.
yeah, the portal thing. Thank you.
Actually, no, I'm just gonna give you stuff because you rolled a par. So,
Yeah.
you want to learn about what specifically about the portal thing? Just
Specifically,
how it would work.
how does one break into another dimension, basically? Because, like I said, that's what she's trying to understand. Like, how does this happen?
You posed the perfect question. Thank you.
Yes.
Well, I mean, there's multiple ways, but breaking. So there's 2 types of break-ins. There's the one where there's 3 ways you can enter someone's dimension. They let you in, if you sort of slip by this protective barrier, or if you just kind of rip a hole in it. Now, slipping by implies a level of subtlety that that attack clearly did not have. So ripping a hole is something that happens very rarely. But then again, the Beyond World isn't your dimension. It's just kind of another separate plane of existence. So breaking into that one would require some sort of mechanism that would allow, because the reason why nobody can really enter that place outside of the natives is that there is this thick, heavy fog that confuses people. There's this impenetrable wood that will get lost in forever and never be able to kind of bypass. Mountains that will, like the land itself, will kind of create barriers for you. But you kind of ask around, and a few mages will kind of let you know that probably Andre himself will tell you that. Sounds like they had sort of like a beacon that could guide them in. It will take a bit of time for you to exchange the letters and gather expert opinions. You're pretty sure it's not Darcy who's responsible for the break-in. In fact, you're pretty sure that maybe Darcy didn't really do much other than act as a spy or an observer rather. And it was just Jay, and because he is part of the Fae courts, they can still reach out to him, and whatever they did to him, it lets them track him down wherever he is. So even if you get Jay back at this point, as long as he's a Fae, they're gonna be able to find him easily and just grab him again. There's nowhere to hide, not even across dimensions. But there's another interesting tidbit I will just tell you because I want to tell you, because I'm so generous with my information. One of the main ways people use to tear holes through dimensions are bones used in a very demonic ritual. Demon lords use them quite often when they want to fight against one another. Just telling you that for free, as a freebie.
Thank you, God. I appreciate your generosity. Give me 1 second. I have to grab something real quick. I'll be right back, okay?
Don't worry, Tick. This is still not your L. You are, in fact, gonna still win.
Okay.
Now, it is very hypothetically possible that the very last post-credit scene of Storm Clouds, when this eventually ends, will be someone beating him over the head with a hammer.
It is very possible.
Until we're told to leave the theater, there's always a possibility.
There's always that post-credit scene.
It's them prepping for a plan that they're not a part of. It's gonna be like, all right, Avengers, let's go.
Yeah, listen.
The problem already solved itself.
She's back. So
it was a lovebird and some asshole.
Red.
Yes.
What will be your second move?
Well, she's been gone for half a year, you said, right?
Yeah.
To...
Well, I mean, you haven't been gone because you haven't going back to sort of tend to some business. So I'll let you make a move that reflects some of that time as well, if you want.
Yeah, she needs to know the lay of the land and figure out what's been going on because, well, right now she needs to gain allies. So that's, or at least information is the key. So you said tend to business?
Yeah, that's just tend to business.
And do I have to add anything to that or just simple roll?
Well, just roll. Yeah, there's.
Ooh, complication.
And of course, it's time to collect. Let me double check my it is time to collect. As Carmilla has been reaching out to you, Celine.
Ah. Well, we're not gonna be rude. So she, if she wants to have a meeting or such,
Yeah,
let's set one up.
as you meet with her about like midnight at a more of a like quiet place. It's probably a small bar, not many people in it. As you sit down at a table in one of the corners, she smiles as you take your drink. She says, "Ah, Celine, it's been a while. Heard you've
It
been
has.
quite busy."
Life goes on every day.
Doesn't it?
How may I be of assistance to you, Carmilla?
Well, I'll be honest, the city has gone to, well, I won't call it shit, but it's been a bit disappointing how some of my brethren have been handling their own business.
It's understandable. Cats and
I-
mouse, as they say.
Yes, and I hear you're hanging out with some interesting individuals.
I try. Who
You
exactly
wouldn't,
has caught your eye?
you wouldn't happen to personally know famous Dracula, wouldn't you?
I know a lot of people, Carmilla. Why is that in particular one got your attention?
Well, because I know he would be quite upset if I staked my claim on this city. He and him
I
go
can
way
see.
back, you see.
Interesting history, and then that I can tell.
It's a long one, but I need you to talk to him and explain to him that I am gonna take my claim here and that he needs to back off, frankly. Not interfere with the city.
I see. You want me to deliver a message?
No, I could have done that. I want you to convince him. Use whatever leverage, relations, connections you have to convince him that this is not a fight worth picking.
That sounds like a lot of trouble. Camilla, how bad is your relationship? And how mad will he get if I bring this up?
It's not. Celine, vampires live forever. They learn to give up on grudges eventually. But he will not appreciate the fact that I am moving so openly. Most vampires after a certain age tend to fade in the background, but you know, I am kinda bored. And I want to be able to be a bit more open.
I'm surprised. The last time you did any big moves, you had a few people in place for that.
I did. And I've been sort of finagled, so decided to take things a bit more personal.
I'm not too sure exactly how you think I can convince. Well, I can try to. What plans do you have for this city that he will be upset about, or it's just you in general?
It's just me. He wouldn't like his influence to wane, while as mine will grow.
Ah,
I don't plan on committing mass sacrifices and worshipping demons if that's what you're worried.
I would hope not. We would be having a different relationship if that was the case.
So I can be friends with you, but not other demons. I see how it is.
What can I say? I get jealous sometimes.
Like I said, still willing to split rulership in this city with you. But vampires, they're making plays for power. I am, well, frankly not on board with it. I plan on stepping on a few heads. I need to be able to know I won't have the Prince of Darkness descending on me as a retribution.
Well, in the interest of our continued partnership, I will have a conversation with, well, see what I can do on my end.
Smiles and nods.
I've been gone for not too long, but has anything interesting happened? I'm not too familiar with vampire politics.
Friend Darius has made himself quite known to the night creatures.
She doesn't show up, but inside, Selena's relieved. See? It's a natural thing.
Yeah, he is definitely getting better about it, I heard.
Yes.
Although that tower of his has been causing quite a lot of stir.
Oh?
I heard rumors there might be people in town investigating that. She kind of chuckles a bit.
Well. That's an interesting thought as well. I guess I will be seeing for myself soon enough.
I don't think it affects people like you and me.
Hmm.
Apparently, it does only affect those who tend to fall asleep.
I see.
But there is someone investigating, and well, I mean, I've had to deal with worse people, I guess.
Who is this esteemed investigator then?
Well, they is member of a rather unpleasant group. I don't know his name. I don't personally know him.
An unpleasant group, that could be any number of set of people. Most of them are always unpleasant.
Nods. I've tried to stay out of their radar until now. Don't particularly like any of us.
Is this one that's in town, or is this someone else coming out?
Well, I
Coming
think they're
in.
in town. At least that's what my spies tell me. Celine, have you read Dracula? The novel, I mean.
It's come across my way.
What was the professor's name? Remind me.
Van Helsing?
Yes, yes. She just,
Celine's eyebrows are up.
she kind of chuckled. No, it's not Van Helsing in town, but
Mm.
the name, though, the name sticks.
Oh, even if it's not him, someone with that name, it's usually. Oh, thank you for that information, Carmilla.
Helsing is a very dangerous hunter group. They are rather secretive and quite capable. I'll be very wary of
I
them.
see. She nods, taking her words in. Very well. I guess I have a lot of homework to do then. Thank you kindly, Carmilla. It's always wonderful having. Well, I assume, are we in a coffee shop or someplace else?
This is like, yeah, it's like a bar.
It's always nice having drinks with you.
Likewise.
Celine would nod and take her leave.
If those were your two moves, so
Yes.
thank you, Tamara. Yet again, striking at these people from the beyond.
Can't believe she would do this to Team Titanic, even though it's already on the ground. It's going into the trench.
She picked secretive and morally dubious. It is what it is.
For the good of humanity, guys.
Going
Sounds
right
like a
into
you
the
guys
trench.
problem. That sounds like a you guys problem.
Yeah. Listen, I don't even know it's a problem. I'm having fun.
You will.
Yeah. So far, you not lost this session yet. So like, I don't know what you're talking about. You're on a winning streak.
So, Helene, are you gonna chat with the Dracula, Prince of Darkness?
I gotta chat with a few people, Grud.
Have a priority
the-
on that list.
I gotta chat with Dracula, then I gotta talk to the Riz family.
I think one thing will be easier than the other.
Yeah, I don't talk to Dracula, I think.
Yeah, I think you can like get a phone call with him because he's not actually physical. So
I assume he has cooler things to do.
you give him a ring and he'll happens. Celine?
I can't say his full name on the phone. I feel like Vlad.
How can I help you?
I apologize for bothering you, but I've been asked to, informed that I must try to convince you to back off from making moves in the city. A woman named Carmilla.
I was about to say I'm not making moves, but is she there?
Yes, I'm not too sure exactly where she is, but generally this is an area she is familiar with, and apparently she has played around with.
You understand who this woman is, Celine?
Not in its entirety. I know she's old, she's powerful.
Why do you think vampires, after a century or two, tend to retreat from public life?
I can only picture a number of reasons. Boredom, enemies, to do grand schemes that require a lot more thought and process.
Those are valid reasons, but it becomes they lose touch. Over time, we become more and more monstrous. And it's much easier to give in to the bloodthirsty nature tends to rule us. I've met vampires that are millennia old, Celine. You would have never believed they were even that to begin with. They've been able to confuse them with a demon, some other maleficent force of nature. Be careful with her. She is not only old, powerful, she is bloodthirsty bloodthirsty. As she told you her type.
I don't think she has necessarily, other than like on the younger side. That's really it, right? From
Yeah,
did she
yeah,
not
you
even do
kind of
that?
know. Yeah, you kind of know she likes young virgins.
Young virgins is what she mentioned to me.
Suppose that is an accurate statement. You've seen how your friend Darius feeds.
It's a violent affair.
Yes.
Last time I checked, he didn't have much control.
Hermila is the same but different. She'll take time to play with her food, make them love her, care for her, toy with their feelings, or she feeds on them. She is part of. She represents some of my kind's worst traits. Can I be honest, Celine? I have a hard time accepting that I just have to let her do it.
I didn't say you
I
had
would say
to.
this, Celine. Do you have any favors with the guy? I don't remember.
No, I used that for the Darius thing, remember?
Yeah, yeah.
I actually owe him one about keeping the dragon baby secret. So, and I'm gonna be honest, Grud, I don't think she wants to try to convince him. She said she would try. Doesn't mean she succeeds.
Oh yeah, I'll say. So why should I let her do this?
I didn't say you shouldn't, lad. I just said I would tell you, and I would try. You could easily just lie to me and say you will and don't.
Celine, I am not. I will not lie to you, and I will not let you sit on this fence. If she starts making her life public, in fact, why is she even talking to you so openly in the first place?
She came to me at one point with a deal. Apparently, she was the backing behind Zoe's power at one point or another in the beginning. And she was growing quite concerned with how things were turning out.
You will push her out then. You will stop working with her immediately and remove her network of influence. Kill her if you can. Make her leave this land. He is in fact calling it on you. Is that on you?
Vlad! Vlad! Strap up with some darkness, please. Celine's face on the phone is crushing. You calm yourself down, Grunt. Give me a second here. Oh, that's a very tall order, lad. I've made some deals with this woman to try to ensure the safety of. I've made more than one deal with her, and as you told me before, she's a powerful vampire. How do you expect me to kill a powerful vampire?
Vampires are powerful as our vampires are as powerful as their networks and connections. Cut those off, and they'll fall like a spider without a web.
You really put me in a difficult spot here.
I am.
I'll have to tell her that I could not convince you at the very least.
It's fine.
Very well. Though I would hope you would keep an eye out on those who could get in trouble in the crosshairs of this situation. She mainly means like the Rivers family in that regard. I know, Grunt, I know, but she had to say it out loud.
I'm not gonna reply to anything of that.
No, I understand. I wasn't expecting him to try that, but she's mostly talking to herself when she says that. Very well. I understand what you're calling me for. I will do my best.
Your best is not enough. You will succeed.
I understand.
Good luck.
Celine will say goodbye. Fire in her kitchen. Poured an alcohol to drink right now.
We haven't even started the night. Barely got back. Fine. Well, that concludes your second move. So, Celine, what's your next order of business?
Well, gotta check on those Rivers boys. See how that's going. Apparently, there's a lot of smucks.
Interestingly, it's John's not here, so John is not gonna help you with that one. Zoran is not, in fact, here. Speaking of which, Darius, as you return back before like the morning sun comes up, it's around like 4 in the morning. Walk in. As you see your dad just kind of chatting with Zoran of all people.
Oh,
As
that's
yeah, Zoran will turn to you and just kind of like smile. Hey.
Hey, how's it going? How have you been?
I'm doing good, but things have gone really bad.
What happened?
The Fae attacked Jay away.
They took. Where was he? What?
He was with us
Yep.
at John's and Celine's place.
I don't think Darius knows about their other dimensional getaway.
I think no, you were pretty much informed. I was just told like I
No.
don't think you would. It'd be very bad. It'd be good if you went along after the whole
Oh,
made him cry. You were like, I'm just gonna leave. I want to leave here. I don't want to talk to these people anymore. I tried to do one nice thing and it backfired.
I think it was the boy saying, "Is the
Yes.
bad man going to come?" And then that
Yes.
was, "Oh fuck."
Yeah.
Okay. I'm. Is everybody else okay?
Yeah. Everyone's back. Grace and Lamar are staying in Inferno. Everyone else is
Cool.
moving a bit.
Cool. I'm sure that somebody will be coming to me soon and letting me know what to do.
Yeah, listen, it's been a very busy. For you, it's been a few months. For us, it's been a few years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Celine should reach out to you anytime soon. I suppose.
I guess. How long have you been back for?
Less than a week, a few days.
Cool. He'll look around the demonically dark tower and say, well, make yourself at home, stay, visit, catch up.
You're not gonna kind of shakes his head. Darius, I want to take over, right?
Want to take over?
Yeah, the tower.
Like he grits his jaw and looks at Mathis. I am no longer in control of the tower. It's not up to me to make that decision.
No, but I still value your opinion. That's why I'm talking to you. And I think you can't make the argument of, hey, it's just a dormant tower now anymore.
No. I can't. I just don't know what Bulk's true nature is and what the requirements are, but
Well, then we can, study a bit about it, maybe. Sure, I can go and chat with, fuck his name was, Andre. See what he thinks. Maybe he has some knowledge about this.
yeah. I'll do that as soon as I can. Yeah.
He nods. Gives Matthias like a pat on the shoulder. He'll kind of walk out. Matthias is not really gonna say anything to you. Gonna look at you and then just you're not gonna say anything to him.
No, I don't think it's not they're not on talking terms. I just if Mathis, yeah.
He's gonna go take a nap. Sleep. As not too long as the sun begins to shine. There's something. You walk up to the tower, I guess, and you want Zoran to be there specifically.
I don't really think so. This is her informing them of what's going on. She might want to tell. You know what? She would, because she needs to tell them about the group that's hunting. That might be out there. She wants to let them know, inform them.
Well, if you message Zoran, he'll tell you he's at the other mage tower. So
Okay. Well, when we get a chance, we need to catch up. I have some information to give you.
we'll do. As there's as you get to the other tower and you knock at the door. The door opens as you see Blue, who's now distinctly lacking that color. Instead, this deep crimson red sort of emanating from his body.
Wow. Hello.
If it isn't the caretaker of the family.
It is. Hello. Should I call you Blue still?
Whatever you feel like it.
Hmm.
Doesn't really matter now, does it?
Hmm.
Names are
That
just
doesn't really-
labels.
They are true things meant to shackle us into one form.
Ah, wise as usual.
Is the master of the house here, and Darius as well?
Loser of the house, yes, he is. And Darius.
Celine, his eyebrows is more amused than anything else. It seems I've been gone for quite some time. A lot of changes have happened.
Down here in the real world, there's less clouds and hopes.
That's true. Can make things a bit dreary at times, but the sun comes out every once in a while, yes?
Maybe outside. As you look inside, and it's like super dark.
Hmm. Maybe a couple of sun lamps would be some good here. How have
Good
things
luck with that.
changed? Yeah. Pats him on his little globe head. I'm gonna have to talk to some people.
You close the door behind you. And kind of leads you inside. So, Darius, you realize someone's here, and unless Zoran double backed it. Look out the door and you'll see Celine.
Yeah, Darius will just get up and walk up to Celine.
Ah, Darius. Happy to see you again.
Jay's
Seems
gone.
there- Ah, yes. I assume you've been informed about something to let you know. Catch up. How much do you know?
I know that the Fae got him. I know that they broke into your home.
Yes.
I know Zoran wants the tower,
Surprising.
and that's all I've been informed of.
Ah, yes. Well, I'll have to also tell Abbott on this too. Now that I think about it, but Matthias is here, is he not?
He just went to sleep.
Hmm.
We haven't been talking.
Oh, have things gotten strained further?
We just haven't been talking.
Well, there's been a bit of changes here, so I wonder if that has affected your disposition. How have you been, Darius? Business is business, but catching up is good as well.
It's getting a little rough. I haven't gotten the hang of this feeding thing. I've tried to make myself move around the vampire circles, but it just difficult to adjust. But I'll get the hang of it.
You have a new life now, and that's going to take time to get used to. Don't feel down if you don't get it immediately. I was hoping that you would, in contact with Miss Fairchild, would give you the opportunity to take a step into that new life of yours now.
I've just been making my presence known. What people are saying, I don't know.
And apparently they've taken notice, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing either. But besides the fact I've done my own research, found out a bit more exactly how they found us. And, well, there was a bit of betrayal there as well, and Rowan is understandably upset. Good reason.
Who was the mole?
Darcy, the woman she tried so hard to save.
How did they break in?
They had a beacon, a guide to get them navigate through the treachery of that place. Another Fae. Jay specifically.
He's a beacon.
I'm not too sure exactly the full context of the details, but his Fey nature means that they can find him no matter where he goes. As you know, Fey are connected to their monarchs, so maybe
Darius
they're
kinda-
just not
There's kind of goes kind of into an inquisitive thing.
I mean, Darius.
I don't. Yeah, sorry. Darius goes back into kind of like an inquisitive look where he's like, if he is, I don't have access to any of the gestures to the tower, but if he is a beacon, it might be possible to, if he pops up somewhere, to know where he is.
Possibly, but right now, we're just keeping our cards close, keeping out of sight, keeping quiet. We're not taking any offensive moves. Conversations are being had in the background, so right now that is not our priority. Preparation is. And like I said, I want to make sure you're informed. Matthias, probably aware this connection with Zoe, Abaddon.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned about you and this tower. I was hoping to speak with Matthias about it, but it seems there has been another group that has taken an interest at its change of nature.
How so?
I don't know the full details. I haven't had time to fully do the research on it, but a group by the name of Helsing.
A little on the
Seem-
nose, don't you think?
A bit, but it seems that they're a dangerous one at that. Not too sure how long they've been here or what they exactly plan. Regardless, there are eyes on this tower right now, and I don't think the new mood lighting is going to help the situation.
Well, if it, Zoran wants to have it, but I don't know if that will help it, and I don't know how to get it back to its normal way. So, any suggestions?
I can't say for sure, other than, of course, passing along to a new owner and seeing if that is a better, more easily acceptable curse. I'm not too sure exactly what the curse. I'm not too exactly sure what the curse currently does, other than the fact that it affects those who sleep. You might want to wake your father up.
Blue, go wake up Mathis.
How about you go wake him up yourself?
You
It's been a rough couple of months.
How tired is Darius to look, actually?
Is it, well, not at all. I mean, mentally maybe, but
Yeah.
physically.
Mentally,
he's just-
yeah.
as Blue
D-
says,
Derek-
is it difficult doing your own chores for once?
Darius, it is a mixture of like any of that rage from like 7 months ago is just embers, and he's just done. He's just going through the motions. It's very clear that it's just like, oh, another thing happened. Okay, I guess he doesn't care. He just doesn't care anymore.
Celine nods. Says, I see what you mean, Blue. With your permission, if you can show me where Matthias is, I can wake him up. I'm a guest here. I would like to pull my weight a little bit.
Third room on your left.
Thank you. She gets up, giving Darius a look. We're gonna have a conversation about this later.
Droids have risen up. No more. No more, we say.
I want my 401k.
You even took Blue Grunt. I'm feeling I'm not feeling the W here.
The W is coming. It's on its way.
It's being mailed Amazon, same day shipping.
uh, yeah, I mean, it's letting you go out. You can go to Matthias's kind of room as you kind of knock at the door. There's no response, and if you kind of like open it, he is sleeping as he's just kind of like shifting from one side to the other.
She's going to, I assume calling out doesn't wake him up, right?
No, seems like he is in a deep sleep.
Ooh. Is there any liquids in this room? Anything at
Yeah,
all?
there's like some water, I guess.
Yeah, she'll get a cup and pour it on him.
Still doesn't snap him awake.
Oh, that is more concerning. I assume movement, anything like that, does not wake him up, so...
You shake him up. No, he does not, in fact, awake.
Wow. Goes back out to, Blue, essentially, and Darius. It seems he is not waking up. Is there any measures to awaken Matthias at all, Blue? Or has this just been the norm?
In the norm. He wakes up after around 4 to 6 hours.
I see.
That's not great.
Oh,
And-
now you care. He like looks at you. It's been like
Just
that for
more-
like months.
It's more mental health deterioration.
Yours or his?
Mm. I am more concerned now. Darius, I'm not too sure staying at the tower has been good. It doesn't seem to have been good for either of you while I was gone.
He doesn't sleep, so he doesn't get the downsides.
And what are the downsides fully? Do we know?
Nope. I don't think it's good for anyone who sleeps around here.
And Matthias has not mentioned it at all?
Nah, he would never do that.
He leaves for for some time and then just returns. He doesn't tell me anything.
I see.
You know, Darius, he's usually the inquisitive one.
And you've been all right here as well, Blue?
Somebody has to clean up after these two.
True.
Hate my life.
Could actually can Blue actually leave this place or at
Nope.
least go a distance?
Blue
Nah,
is tied to the tower.
Okay, just want to make sure to ask. I see. I'm sorry about that, Blue.
It's fine. I always just been a servant.
Oh. Well, at the very least, since there's chances for changing the master, maybe things will get a bit better, hopefully.
Or
Hopefully.
worse, if the kid takes over.
Or worse. There's
So
not many
maybe-
options.
Do you know any mortals we can give the tower to as an interim?
I know a number of mortals, but I'm not too sure. I just picture Zab in the background. I
Just
know,
ignore chat. That's what I gotta do.
I know a number of mortals. All would probably be interested in the chance for such an opportunity, but to give them to the tower means to lose a great boon in your care.
Yeah, it just to get the hunters off the trail.
I'm not too sure exactly these hunters would get off the trail once they have a scent.
Nah, it's fine. Darius thinks everyone's just stupider than him.
Just
Sure, that'll be fine. Easy work. Just forget about it. Once it stops happening, they'll just pack up and go home.
This is nothing else. We need to understand fully exactly what this Helsing group is and how to deal with them. Hopefully, it doesn't lead to bloodshed, but based on the name alone, I have some doubts.
Yeah, they sound like the peaceful types.
Exactly. Well, at the very least, 4 to 6 hours, you say?
Yeah.
I will try to chat with Zoan. I also was waiting for Matthias to wake up to ask, but Darius, would you want to sleep somewhere else for a while?
Looks at Blue, looks at what has become of his home. I guess I've just kind of a stranger here.
Oh, if you want, I can set you up with your own place. You can stay at mine for a little bit until that happens. Maybe your own breathing will be good, or a change of scenery.
Sure. Sure.
And, well, like I said, I need to speak with Matthias, but he's out for a bit. And that is also worrying, too.
I can tell him you wanted to talk with him when he wakes up.
Thank you, Blue. I appreciate that greatly. Darius, I think you should pack some things.
Okay, Celine.
So I'm gonna say it's still daylight, so.
Ah, shit, that's right. I can't put a blanket
Yeah.
over him in the car. Fuck! I'm sorry, Darius. I would have gotten you out of here quicker. Okay.
Yeah, nope. It's just he's like he assumed he's not you weren't talking about like right now, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
tonight.
If I knew. Yeah, you're
pack
right.
some things for tonight when you leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you say your place, I'm like John's not in town, right? Because I think I think I'd rather stay in the tower than be in the same apartment as John. I'm not gonna lie. I'm afraid he would stab me.
2 things. 1, I no longer have an apartment. I have a home now, a house with rooms and space. And 2, I'm sure it'll be fine. John, I can let him know. I'll inform him, and he'll be fine with it. You don't have to worry. John's not some dangerous individual.
Yeah, Darius. The John's like the reasonable kind. He will totally understand that another man is sleeping in the same house as his wife.
I'll talk to him. If worst comes to worst,
like Darius is just gonna look at you for an awful long time.
I'll find you.
I don't know if you remember, but I remember the ballistic cane.
I'll talk to him. I'll talk to him, and if nothing else, I'll be able to set you up with your own place. I did the same for John. I can do the same for you.
All right. Just come back tonight, I guess.
Very well. Let me know if things change. I have to talk to a lot of people. Abaddon, Zoran. She's just under herself, and she's listing people she needs to inform about all the things she found. God damn it. Gotta let Rowan know at some point, too.
Yeah.
I hate that I'm tied at the hip. Celine, yes or no, if I would have killed her, would we still be in the same boat we're in now?
Would be in a far worse situation. I'm going to be honest. The good thing is that Abaddon cares deeply for Jay and is willing to cross heaven and hell for that. I'm sad to say, Darius, that you have just gotten on her very, very bad side. And honestly,
Yeah.
she hasn't decided to kill you now, so I think we're better.
I don't know. I'm still cleaning up her fucking mess, apparently, but okay.
Darius,
I'm fine.
so let me remind you
Red
about
just
your
says- Not red, fuck. They got me. Blue just says, I think you've just been stuck cleaning your own messes. Problem is you just keep making more of them, so you'll never stop, will you?
Darius just sinks down. This has been his life for like the past 7 months.
Yeah,
It's very clear.
He's become over the last few months. And it's like it wasn't like it's again it was a gradual process, but sarcastic comments, the self-loathing, the ironies, the meanness has increased now.
Like a
Yeah,
wife
so-
who gets disappointed over time. Jesus.
Well, Red, just imagine Darius's regular depression, and then just this constant negativity around it.
Yeah, I gotcha. That's why her first thing's like, yeah, you need to get out of here for a little while. I would offer this to Matthias, but I think he's also knocked the fuck out in the curse.
Yeah, so yeah, like that's the best way I could put that mindset is like just imagine somebody who's depressed in a cycle of like a depressing scenario.
Oh, I have. He's not wrong. The way he gives the way he told you is not that bad, but he's not wrong. There's a level of responsibility that must be accounted for in this whole thing, Darius.
I didn't kill her. Didn't kill her.
You
Hey,
did,
that was a step.
and I am very proud of you for that.
It was rough, and she keeps fucking with me, but it's fine. I'm fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
How is
Literally
she?
did nothing to you, big little
Yeah,
pussy.
Like
a lot. So this is what I
mentally,
actually
she's
asked.
just like she's just there, and the fact that she's
I know. No, this is in character. This is
fucking-
what Crimson told you in character.
What exactly
Crimson?
has? Yeah, they didn't update his name now. What exactly has Zoe? Oh, sorry. To make sure I say her name correctly off the one we're outside. What exactly has Abaddon done?
fucking my father did not help. Actually, I'm more pissed at him about it, but that's there. You have people to talk to, and I have bags to pack. I'm just self-loathing right now.
Just
You're
because
fine.
you're on lonely, depressed saddle, man, doesn't mean your dad has to be on as well.
He can't keep being based. He can't keep doing this.
Okay. Well, I'm going to talk to you later, Celine.
Very well. Celine looks a little bit surprised. There's a lot she needs to catch up on apparently, as she has to go and make a lot of calls and talk to people.
Yeah, I mean you're
Find a
gonna.
way for. How about we find a way for Blue to take the tower?
The thing is,
I hate
this tower has changed with Matthias. So Matthias, his nature has created this.
I'm trying. I got all I gotta do is talk to one night and one Mortalis, and Blue, you will get out of this situation. I just need to do that before we end the game.
Wonder if Blue gets out of the situation, air quotes, is the version that you get. Like, will this be the version you get if you don't change things quickly enough?
Gonna say, what if this is the? You think you can't
Because,
change
Grunt,
his
if you
nature?
fuck up, because if you fuck this,
Sucks to be you. This is Blue right now.
Yeah, I don't think you get to choose a Blue before, because the Blue before is based on a different curse.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be very depressed if that turns out to be the case. there.
Oh, like get your Xanax, I guess. I don't know.
I need something. I just needed something to be happy in this game.
Yeah, I'm about to offer it to you. Listen, never give up hope. I just need for Celine to leave.
Yeah, I'm gonna go make some calls.
And God comes down with like a broom and just like, come on, get.
Good.
Yeah, eventually Celine will leave and kind of go maybe to your back to your room as like an hour or two after that. Again, you hear like noises coming from the living room. Like, Darius, someone wants to talk to you. Against many fucking visitors in one day.
All right, Blue. I'm a very popular person. What can I say?
Yeah, keep lying to yourself. As you walk out and, well, you see this woman sort of standing in the room. The polite smile on her face. Darius, I presume.
You know me. What should I call you?
My name is Helvia. By the looks of this place, it's gotten way worse than I expected it to.
Can I offer you a seat, a drink, or something?
Kind of like nod as she'll like take a seat and it's like flings a water bottle at her across the room. Hits her in the shoulder, kind of rolls off.
You'll have to forgive him. He'll actually go to like the cabinet and get like pour some proper drinks. Be very polite.
As she'll nod, says it's quite all right. Been a rough few months for you, hasn't it?
You can say that.
Must have been difficult to deal with all of this.
A little bit of an understatement, but yeah, it's been rough. But it seems like you know a lot about me, and I feel a little off balance here.
You did approach my brethren in the bar. Something about pretty eyes.
Oh, yeah. I hope I didn't offend her.
No, quite alright. I am more concerned about your present situation and this place.
I'm looking into trying to reverse or change this.
Know very well at this point, hopefully, and reverse things.
I gotta try to tell myself something, get through the day.
Hope keeps most people going their lives. That's a very good mindset to have. An admirable one. You need... Well, I'll hold off my opinion for now. I'm here to try and help you, Darius.
Help is always appreciated.
You must understand that this tower, its curse has shifted to quite a disastrous one. You can see your father is plagued by nightmares fueled by self-hatred and, well, not just the tower anymore. It's been leaking into the surrounding area. Countless people are having sleepless nights. Gotten to the point where it's a big problem that even mortal groups have started investigating.
I am sorry for those people that were causing them problems. Our family seems to have a knack for that.
The tower, at this point, you know that nature can be influenced. Always gonna be a burden. The question is, is it gonna be a burden one person or for many?
Yeah. It was a lot simpler when it was just affecting me. There were ways to work around it.
Could be like that again.
How do you figure?
Could help you get rid of it all. Your bloodthirst, your need to harm people, the way the tower acts.
Can you explain to me how so?
Quite simple. Join heaven. Become the tower's custodian once more.
Listen, one of my best friends has been trying to teach me to be a little bit more cautious. So, do you mind if I ask a few questions?
You mean the devil? I would be very careful who your friends are, but of course.
Join heaven in what capacity?
As an angel. The ninth choir.
Jordan, even though I don't have a sanctuary, like, is there like a can I roll something to see what if I had any understanding of what that means
Nope.
from any prior research?
Nope.
No. Okay. I asked. I just thought I'd ask because it might have been something. But I just wanted to ask you first. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Angels were never something that ever came up in my research.
There are multiple choirs. Ranks, if you will, in heaven. Ninth one. People like me, Claudia. It's a lot less power, but prestige, but a lot more flexibility, mobility, freedom. We are those who walk amongst the mortals, agents of heaven, here to help the archangels carry out the divine will.
Would I still have all my abilities and faculties? Sorry,
No
would I be able
longer.
to tap into?
I was gonna say finish that sentence.
It's like, would I still be able to tap into magic?
Of course. Although it will be different. But yes. Let's call it less magic, more divine intervention.
Would I be? Can I put a few asterisks to this deal if I decide to join? That is.
May ask questions.
Would I be required to hurt the people around me? They're not necessarily on the same side.
Depends. Might be. Depends if you're willing to let mortals suffer at the hands of capricious supernatural beings. In heaven, there isn't heaven is orderly. Reason why I have even the ability to propose this deal to you is because we follow a very strict hierarchy. And even though we don't understand all the orders, we don't know why they're given, but sometimes the explanations come at a later date. We know that they are for the greater good, for our benefit in the mortal human society as well. But I will be very upfront with you, Darius. Friends, Celine is a demon. Rowan is a fae. Your father has embraced the demonic taint. We are working with a very dangerous demon lord. These are not people these are not the people who heaven would call allies. Not even in jest. At best, they would be temporary. At worst, come into conflict. But my hope with you, Darius, is not that you will fight them. My hope is that you will convince them, show them a better way.
Was this the same deal you were originally going to offer my father?
She nods. Was convinced by your friend to reject that and embrace the darkness. I pray that you'll choose differently.
If I may ask, and don't take this as not sounding ungrateful, but why me? I've worked with your kind before, briefly, and it'll like look away for a second and failed to save another. I feel like I cause your kind a lot of trouble more than anything.
I'm not privy to all your deals with the others. I was told you are a good man. And if I was allowed to make this offer, I don't think you are unworthy. Somebody up there clearly believes in you.
Darius, just thanks for a minute. Can I have like just 12 hours to think about it? Is there a place I can meet you? At the bar or at a church?
My phone number. You may call me whenever you have made your decision.
Does it hurt?
No. You will feel a warmth that you haven't felt since you last time saw the sun.
Well, whatever I decide, it was a pleasure meeting you. And hope
Likewise.
we can work together in the future.
Take care. You will stand up and take her leave.
Oh,
There you go, Tick. There's your decision.
thank you, Grant. Thank you, Grant, so much. Yeah. Mathis is firmly asleep, right, Grant?
Yeah, it's gonna take at least another 4 hours for him to wake up.
Oh shit. Yeah, I'm gonna text Celine like, hey, when you got a second, I really need you to come back to the tower.
Give me some time. I'll get back to you as soon as I get some things taken care of. Is everything all right?
It's a little time sensitive, but not dire.
Okay. Give me some time.
Oh, okay.
Wants to do something next then?
I gotta let some people know some things, correct? I could just like leave. I don't know. I can't let Abaddon know and Rowan know as well.
About what specifically?
Just the information that she learned. One, the fact that Jay is a beacon and that Faye can find him wherever he goes, and that's how they got in originally. Basically, used him as a focus point.
So, set up that meeting. I think, yeah, both Rowan and Abaddon are very important people.
Yes.
The war council convenes as you kind of both, as you three sit at the VIP area of the Inferno Club. As you, at the very least, finish explaining the intricacies of the fact that Jay, no matter if you free him again, can just get snatched by the Fae all over. I'm not sure how Rowan reacts to this.
And completely goddamn silent.
Yeah, Abaddon is also pissed. Well, thank you for that, Celine. That's a very useful information.
Yes. I know it makes things harder, but as soon as I found out, I wanted to make sure you were made aware.
On the flip side, I've made temporary alliance. They're very powerful people. I won't already had a plan, but this complicates it a bit, but I think I can still work around it.
Good, good. I wanted to, I can't say exactly the full scope of Darcy's betrayal. Kind of looks at Rowan when she says that. But I want to make sure I get all the facts right. And I wanted to inform you that I might be a bit busy. I am dealing with another situation, but it shouldn't get in the way of rescuing Jay.
I told Rowan before. Right now, the plan is forming. You are decoys. You have to make it look like we are still sort of regrouping.
Good.
I would also recommend, if you have other personal business, to focus on that. Keep you distracted from it.
I do. I will.
Something.
But there is something, Rowan, that I will need from you. I don't think you're gonna like this. In fact, you're gonna hate me a bit for it.
What would that be?
I plan on trying to recruit Snow Knight to our side.
And to do that.
Sorry, what was the question?
Like, how do you plan to do that? Like, that is like genuinely like that's not Rowan like saying that's my play. That's generally like Rowan like wondering how do you even plan to do that?
I have some vague ideas, but I've realized something while you were having your vacation. I realized that, Rowan, do you remember Angels? You remember how by the book, sort of straightforward, righteous, stalwart individuals they are.
I've had the pleasure of meeting one, but it's what I've heard.
I fucked one of them, like a lot of times.
Well, you did tell me you were planning on doing that.
Yeah, and I realized something with her, that people's natures, well, a mask of stoicism can hide quite a lot of things. I'll be honest, Snow Knight has an actual mask, so how I plan on doing it? I plan on learning what the fuck's underneath. And I plan on ripping it down and trying to find something she's clearly not getting, because you think people out there just like being weapons? I don't think that. I think people out there like to have hobbies, like to do things, like least some independence. And, well, the only thing I know about Snow Knight that shows any bit of independence was that one time where she fought a dragon in the physical realm. Nothing else since.
It's a very long time ago.
It is. So I imagine a few centuries of frustrations can build up. So the answer to that question is I don't know, but I plan on finding out. She smiles. I know your desire for vengeance on her, though, but problem is I feel like in the fight up ahead, she will be a very useful ally to have.
No, I had a talk with Elliot. He posed me an interesting hypothetical. He asked me. Would I accept Darcy sitting on the throne if it meant we got Jay back? I told him yes, and I meant it. If this gets us closer to getting Jay back, then yeah, I can accept it.
Why don't you roll me a figure out someone? You get the +1.
I will do that, yes. Could you actually roll that for me? I think my laptop has completely frozen up without me realizing it. I'll have
Yes,
to restart it.
I can. Turned out to a partial success.
That's all right.
As you glance at her, she sort of grimaces as you realize. I mean, it's gonna help. Don't get me wrong, Rowan, but this is not. She's not doing this because she wants Jay necessarily out. She's doing this because she wants power. This is a power move, This is more of a power move and less saving Jay move.
Yeah. I don't think Rowan has much of a response to that, but she notes it.
Just kind of like nod in response then. Is there anything else, Celine?
Yes, when you have time, I would like to ask more information about Carmilla.
Ooh, that's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Yes.
What about her?
It seemed I was tasked with making sure she is not a problem.
Ooh, that's well, good luck with that task. Kind of chuckles.
I know. But outside of you, well, you're the only other person who knows about her. Or anything. Hopefully.
Calculated, smart, likes to play with people, has an appetite for virgins, power hungry, very old. I think that covers most of what I know.
Does she have any contacts in the city?
Oh yeah,
Anyone else?
that's how vampires operate. God knows how many contacts she has, or I don't. I used to have access to some of her info networks, but that kind of got cut off the moment you started making deals with her behind my back.
Well, a different time back then.
Oh no, I'm not upset about that.
Very
I'm
well
just
then.
saying that she probably changed those or burnt those agents.
She nods.
You
Very
remember
well.
you remember Luca, right?
Yes, that.
Probably has more of those
Yes,
around.
the.
More agents like that, so be very careful.
Mm. Very well then. Thank you for giving me something.
He nods.
Yeah. Outside of that, Celine would say farewell to both. Oh, actually, Matthias has been in your employment for quite some time. Yes.
He is a very
How
competent
have
agent.
they? How have things been? I'm sorry to. If I want to know if he's been all right. If it's all right for me to ask.
Thing is, well, I mean, you know, we fucked a couple of times.
I'm aware.
You know, I messed with his head the first time.
I had to come to that conclusion. Yes.
I haven't done that for the other times he came to me.
Very well.
Because, Rowan, remember when I was talking about those frustrations? I hasn't, before me, the last woman he's been with was his wife. The few decades of
Imagine that
celibacy.
was the sacrifices ones make when they swear oaths to gods, I suppose.
I don't think that was part of the oath. I think he was just sort of emotionally closed and still very much latched on to the woman, but I'm not sure if he let her go or if he's just does like to self-flagellate. Try to sort of dissuade him from doing that, but if you know anything about River's family, Celine, is that they're stubborn.
I'm very much aware.
We haven't done anything for a few months now, so he is very work dedicated.
Well, it seems that the curse of the tower has expanded, and he's been affected by it. But thank you for letting me know.
Just give it to the boy. Zorn's more than capable of handling it. And
How did?
Hmm?
Oh, go ahead.
no.
I was gonna ask how did Zoe? She act differently when she says? She just seems very blasé about handing off
Well,
mentioning Zorn at all.
give me figure someone out, bro.
Oh, gotcha. Ah, shit. Okay, hold on. One thing I never really use often.
I mean, she is not like super invested, but she thinks if you're worried about she thinks Zorn would be a better choice than Matthias. That's for sure.
Gotcha. Celine nods. I didn't know if she had more to say or that was it. Very well then. Thank you, Abaddon, Zoe, Rowan. I'll be on my way.
Nods.
Oh shit! One last thing. Last thing before she leaves. She would just mention that there's an organization called Helsing that's around, so be careful for her agents as well as Rowan.
The least of my concerns, but you be careful, I guess, you too.
She would take her leave.
Look, I don't really mess with mortals anymore.
Very well then. Wanted to make sure I pass the information along. But now she can leave. She's on her way out.
Yeah. Rowan will get up as well. Talk to you later, Zoe.
Nods as and both of you take your leave. If there's any conversations between the two of you.
I think Celine would ask Rowan if there's a moment before they leave entirely, how she's feeling right now, with the new information being talked about and made aware.
Sure, I'm going to take just a deep breath. Every day the pain lessens. Every day the anger fades just a bit. It's not a good thing. The anger is the only thing I have now.
I understand. Some things like that can be a weapon that can keep you focused, and sometimes it could be something that blinds you as well. I would say don't let it consume you, but I can understand where you're coming from. I sympathize, and I'm sorry, Rowan.
I've already had that talk with Elliot.
I know. You're my friend, Rowan. I don't really like seeing my friends in pain.
Rowan will just nod.
Whatever you need, Rowan. Just let me know.
Rowan just says, I don't know what I need. I don't know. I want to kill them now, but I can't. I want to be gone and talk to people. I'm not sure what I want from them. I don't know. I don't know what could. I don't know. I don't know what would make me feel better, because the only thing that would make me feel better, I can't do right now.
Your wounds are still fresh, still there. Don't isolate yourself, Ron. If you need to be around people for a while, have a big house, apparently. If you just need someone to talk to, just a phone call away. You have people who care about you. And when you figure out exactly what you need, we'll be there.
Thank you, Zoe.
Of course. Scary world out there. Don't have to face it alone. She'll give a nod to Rowan as she takes her leave. Business to do and all that.
Always business to do.
Yeah, you'll take your leave. Anything? Anyone?
Ron, we can speed run this. I just need to tell Zorn and John. That's it. That's all I need to do. Just make sure the same
Oh.
information that I told them, I can just let them know, and that's it.
John is unavailable. If you want to just, I was gonna say, probably you can have a meeting with Zorn where you can explain a bit of the, hey, hunting organization in town. Be aware. John is still
Yeah,
AWOL.
gotcha. I assume there are times when John goes off to in his other world and does other things, right? So it's
Well,
not
it
like
hasn't been like that for a long time, but yeah, not the first time he did.
yeah. Does he respond to any of her texts if she checks in with them?
Unfortunately, your cell coverage does not include alternate dimensions.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give it another day before she starts to be more worried and goes to check on him because I know she still has the ring to go check
I'll
in
say,
and
yeah,
see.
it's been like about a week at this point, so.
Okay. I
What-
gotta
what,
check
are
on
you
Matthias and I
paranoid?
gotta check on John.
Paranoid? Don't be paranoid.
Yeah, I am a bit paranoid. Yes. But yeah, because she has to talk to Matthias and then to make sure John's okay as well.
Yeah. As Rowan, are you doing anything as you kind of return back to the city?
Just, I don't know, talk to people. She's not really talking to anyone specific, but she's going out to bars, trying to focus on something else.
Yes. So let me I'm gonna fetch this one. One of the bars. You're kind of, hanging out. Forget about things. This man approaches you. Picture.
Oh, the way.
He kind of sits next to you at the bar.
A Dishonored character. That man's from Dishonored.
Is, oh, you look like you've had a rough night.
A rough few.
Okay. Guess that's why you're drinking.
Well, let's see if it would help. Better than the alternative, which is doing nothing.
Well, listen, I'll be frank with you, because you seem not in the mood to chat. Do you know? I heard you had some nice contacts with a guy called Darius, wizard, to own a nice large tower by the river.
I have my contacts and he buried the hatchet after fucking him over repeatedly. Yes.
Sounds to me like you know him. To bury the hatchet means that you're on friendly terms?
We've spoken twice since then. The first time was when I apologized. The second time was just a casual conversation. But yeah, we're not trying to kill each other.
Well, it's either you, a vampire that has been missing, or demons. So I'm gonna take my chances with you. I'll be honest, I prefer Fae versus demons. So, Sorry, were you gonna say something?
I was gonna say so. What
So,
do you want me to pass a message along to him?
no, I want you to maybe pass a message along. Tell him that if he doesn't get his like shit tower under control, I will just kill him. Not sure if you've like noticed, but a lot of people in that area have been having horrible nightmares. And it's kind of fucking up with the whole thing of like us keeping it down low.
Yeah. I mean, message it to him, but last time I checked, it wasn't his tower anymore.
Oh, that changes things. Who do you know who owns it, so I can just go talk to them?
Pretty sure it's his dad now.
Are they like is it like a family business?
Not really sure. Like, I'll be honest. Like, his dad's usually pretty busy. I can pass the message along for you, regardless.
Tell his dad to get it in check, because I will kill all of them if I have to.
Do you have a? Should I mention like a name or an organization?
Call me Raphael, and I'm the rather secretive group of concerned people.
So I'll tell them. Fine. I'll tell them get the tower under control or give it to somebody else, or hunters are going to kill them. Got it.
Yes.
Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you. Pats you on the back, gets up, walks away. I think you can take this man will owe you a favor for this one.
Cool. Like I just pay more than demons. It's like, well, that's your choice, I guess.
Yeah, guess what? Fae are disorganized. Much easier to bamboozle than fucking demons. But yeah. Celine, I guess you have a meeting with Darius to attend to.
Yeah, Matthias too. I assume is gonna be there.
Yeah, I mean, Blue will message you that he is awakened.
Neato. She's gonna come over there and have this a wonderful conversation. Let's go, guys.
Not sure if Darius, yeah, I mean, Darius would be around, so. As Celine,
Yeah.
Celine arrives, as Matthias just kind of like takes a seat on the couch with like a whiskey bottle and just kind of like drinks a bit from it. And Celine arrives.
Slaps the bottle out of his hand, shakes him.
Yeah. Like,
Trying to like take his
man.
bottle away? What?
No, sorry. I was just making a joke. Right, calm down. I was making a joke.
Yeah, I would
Celine
defend
Felix.
that. Just smack you back.
Wait, do not
Red,
make
full court.
me. Do not make me tap the rule. No jokes allowed.
Matthias, it's good to see you.
Likewise.
You look not well.
I feel better than ever.
Your sarcasm is noted, of course. I am happy to see you, though. There's been some changes, I see. More than just the tower.
Yeah, Blue's become an asshole.
And I assume you're aware of the curse that you're afflicted with as well?
Yep. Horrible fucking nightmares. What's new?
Yes. And it seems that a few other people have taken notice of such a thing. A particular group is, well, looking into it. Helsing? I'm not too sure if you're aware of it.
Drugs. Blue just says, yeah, Matthias, your self-loathing has reached such heights that it's actually affecting people outside the tower as well. It's kind of like shoots him a glare. Doesn't say anything.
With Matthias. Well, I don't know if Celine knows this, but I want to make sure to ask. Does the curse follow them even when they leave the tower? So
No.
Matthias slept somewhere else. Okay.
I mean, listen, I mean, you don't know if you like. That's one way you could dodge it, I guess. But like, you don't know what's gonna happen if you don't feed the tower.
Yeah, it's not necessarily she's trying to dodge it, just trying to give him a moment to rest fully without
The consequences. I was gonna say, yeah, like, you don't really
you also say.
know.
Yeah, Celine, I might have found a way to resolve all this.
Has an answer come to you then?
When you left, individuals stopped by.
Oh.
An angel.
Okay. And what exactly has this angel brought you?
She offered me the deal that they were going to offer Matthias.
And your vampirism isn't an issue for them?
Grunt.
How about you roll me mislead an NPC, my friend? Because this is a bullshit lie.
Am I lying?
Yes, you're lying by omission so fucking hard. Like this is like, oh, they're just offering me the deal.
No.
It's the same deal.
No. Like I was gonna expand more.
Well,
I'm
then
not trying
expand
to lie,
more.
Jeez, you didn't even give me a chance. You just told me to roll, Grunt.
Well, the problem is
ready.
if you're gonna say something and then just kind of stay silent, and she replies, and you continue the conversation, then yeah, I'm gonna have to because you're misleading her at this point.
Yeah, no. What they want. What I was about to actually ask you a question, Grunt.
What is the question?
Specifically, is it just making that vampirism like the stuff dormant, or just kind of getting rid of it?
They were not specific about
it. They want to turn me into an angel, and either it gets rid of it or puts it so far dormant that it's not a problem.
Is there more than that?
Well, they want to make me a lower level angel like the lady at the bar and the person Zoran's interacting with. I think called Ninth Circle. Whatever curse would just be affecting me that this tower has, and it shouldn't affect the broader population.
So they want to have the tower under their control through you.
It also seems to be a very strict hierarchy.
There's always strict hierarchies. And what about Zorn? About him taking over the tower? Has that not been talked about?
We talked about it. He's with the mage right now. If I wasn't unsure, I wouldn't have called you in.
Matthias looks at him and says, "This is just one power yet again. I can't believe this."
What you're doing is affecting the outside world. This isn't about
Yeah,
power.
so give it to fucking Zoran then. But you can't you? You don't want to let it go. So yeah, this is about power.
It's not always about power. You had one
Then
job.
Let it. No.
No.
You-
No.
You want power, and you can't let Zoran have the power because you want it for yourself.
That's not it at all. But you know what? I'm not the guy that got turned into a tainted.
Correct.
So I don't know what to tell you.
You're the
Like,
guy who got manipulated by a demon for decades. You didn't even know that his soul was taken. That's true. Throw your blame at me. Want to blame me for more? I thought, you know what? You can blame your parents when you're a kid. I expect after the age of 25 to take some own goddamn accountability for your
What?
actions. Stop behaving
You
like
knew-
one.
all you had to do was do nothing, and this tower wouldn't have been on anybody's radar.
You fucked up so much, and yet you still blame others. You've lied to Zoran. You've let yourself be played by a demon for years, and yet you still blame me. Now when I put up this fucking mirror and you see how ugly you are in it, you lash out against me yet again. And he'll get up and walk away and slams the door behind.
Matthias,
No, I'm done with listening to this. I'm done listening to this crying and whining. As he just slams the door behind him.
did he leave the tower? He just go in his room or something?
No, he went into his room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is it daytime or is it nighttime?
I would say it's probably evening, so it's still dusk.
So I can't go outside.
No,
Well,
give it like an hour. You know what? No, I'll be nice. Roll me a 2d6. Roll me a 2d6.
a vampire really cramps your ability to make a dramatic exit.
I just wanted to go outside, get some fresh air.
Yeah, I was
Jesus
gonna
Christ.
say, listen, give me a 2d6.
No, you succeeded every roll so far.
Yeah.
Mm.
Look at that! Look at
Yeah.
that! It's a 9.
I don't know what a partial means, Grant. I'll let you
means-
decide.
it
It is
means
close to his.
Yeah, you can it's like 8:30. You can probably safely walk outside without getting scorched.
I can't wander around, but the sun is down enough.
Yeah,
by
there's
my
a lot
tower.
of thick shadows.
Yeah, Darius just goes out to the steps and just takes a seat and pulls out a cigarette for the first time in a couple months.
Celine probably goes beside Darius. So that happened.
What he's doing is affecting the people in the area, and I don't. It's,
Hmm. Is that really the issue, Darius, or is it just easier to say it so it makes you feel better when you
do
decide?
you think it's
that you
pop
want
power? Do you, motherfuckers? I can kill
Listen.
all of you.
You calm yourself down. You're an adult. You don't yell at me.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm sorry, Celine.
Look, I'm not sure what's been going on between you and your father, and it sounds like things have gotten tenser by the minute. But you have to see it from our point of view, Darius. Is the reason why you're conflicted about this offer is the fact of the matter that they offered you the tower as well?
No, I'm conflicted because My friend is a demon. My father is a tainted, and I'm and my son is a shadow bear, and the angels are very much not on that side.
And you think if you're an angel that the curse will be, what, better, lighter, more forgiving?
Singular. One person to take the burden, like it always should have been.
I mean, we'll admit it just sounds like you're trying to convince me more in yourself. But I'm not here to fight you about that. I want to know, when you heard that Zorn wanted the tower, what did you feel?
Nothing, Celine. I didn't feel anything. I don't care about Zorn getting the tower. I don't know what the effects of it are. I was offered something. I told you two about it. And that was it. It was the same deal he was going to get. If it was about power, I would have just accepted it, no questions asked. If I was this greedy person that I keep getting accused of, I would have. But you know what? I'm not.
It's not about greed when it comes to power. It's about the fact that you fixate. Well, for you, this tower was everything, and you fixated on. You haven't even left. You could have left any time.
Celine, I can't.
And if this is the same deal as your father, are you sure that this is what they're going to ask for Matthias? That they plan to give him, what, rank and file? An angel? For what he told me, it was the same as a tainted, a sworn. I don't believe they said anything about becoming an angel.
I don't. Celine, I can't be a vampire. Because every time I do, I nearly rip somebody's throat out. So either you're asking me to do nothing and eventually kill somebody, and then be killed by hunters, or
I'll say only a few things, Darius. I'm not asking you to do nothing. I'm asking you to look at everything and ask yourself, weigh the pros and cons, see the decision, and find out what works best. That's all I want you to do for yourself. And ask yourself, truly ask yourself, why exactly, what exactly you want for yourself. Because the life you're living, that's what everyone deals with. Every demon, vampire, werewolf, fae. The loss of control, the chance to be hunted, some worse than others. And it asks if you think you can survive that. And if you can't, I'm going to do one thing for you, Darius. I'm not going to give you any advice on this. This is going to be your decision, and your decision alone. Consequences and all. Whatever choice you make, you have to figure this out for yourself. I won't be around forever, Darius. I, too, can be hunted and killed, like everyone else. And the reason your father took that deal, as she gets up, is because I told him to. I'm going to go back in there. I'm going to talk to your father to see how he's doing. And I'm going to leave. You figure this one out on your own. I'm not angry at you. I just want to see what you do. She turns back inside.
Can I figure someone out?
No.
Just want to see. No.
What the fuck do you want to figure out about her? What she said?
I don't know. See if she's at. Just where the vibe check. I don't know, Grant.
What her emotions are at, you're saying?
Yeah.
I'll tell you when you want to roll. You tell me what you want to figure out, and I'll tell you what You need to roll.
Just see where her emotions are at, what her like any indication where her thoughts are.
It's kind of obvious. Feel free to tell him, Celine. I don't think you're hiding anything.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I like
She wants
I'm
you
s-
to. She wants you. She's not going to interfere with this one. She wants the Darius make a decision without Celine's input because it seems like well, it seems like there's something that he needs to do on his own on this regard. She's not mad at you. A little disappointed with how these things have been handled, but she's putting it in your court basically without any fault or
Mhm.
thought in that regard.
All right.
Hey, Grunt, I have a question.
Yes.
For comedic effect, could we say that I call Matthias while they're having that conversation?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's very cool. Yeah.
He will pick up though. He will like call you afterwards if you call them literally in the middle of the meeting. He'll kind of like call you back.
It would have been the like, yeah. Yeah, because he would have called, and then like if she didn't get an answer, she would have just like waited, and if she gets a call back, yeah, she'll answer it.
The fuck do you want, Rowan?
I wanted to tell you, I've been asked to pass a message along from a certain Raphael. Get the tower under control, or he and his organization are going to kill you, kill Darius, and I can imagine kill other people you care about.
Well, I plan on giving it to Zoran once he comes back from the other meeting with the mage, so... if that makes your Mr. Raphael happy, let him know. If not, then you can just tell him he can go fuck himself.
Oh, if I run into him again, I'll let him know that the tower's going to be changing hands. I'm not sure what the fuck he means, but I know the tower's been weird lately. I don't know what the fuck's happening with it, but apparently it's attracting attention or something.
Apparently, it's been affecting the other people in the area.
I just wanted to pass this along because, oh, if he's making threats, I know that, well, you can hold up in the tower pretty well, but it's not an invincible fortress.
I'm not holding up in the tower. In fact, I'm gonna go look for this Raphael myself. I don't happen to know where he hangs out or where he met him at the release.
Oh, well, I'm still at the bar.
Well, have a means of contacting him, you can give it to me.
Did Raphael give me a means to contact him?
Remember, but let's just say he gave you like a phone number you could call him at.
I would have to assume because like he owes me a favor,
Yeah.
and that's a favor I can't cash in because I can't talk to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I'll pass along the phone number to him. Gave me that to talk to him.
You chat with him, let me know. Let him know that I plan on finding him and cracking his skull if he makes threats like that anymore. And then if he wants to be civil, I can be civil as well.
I'll let him know.
Sighing. Thank you, Rowan.
You are welcome.
As Celine, you walk up to his door and kind of knock.
Matthias, it's me.
Rowan, was there anything else?
Nothing really.
I'll talk to you later. Maybe you'll be able to give me some advice in the future.
See you later.
As there's like a delayed response. Or he like opens the door. Yeah.
Are you okay?
I am fine.
Is there something in the air around here?
Apparently,
Possibly.
being apparently the assholeness kind of spreads around.
Mm,
Feel
it's
free to partake.
seems a bit contagious nowadays, but I'm not here to add to the fuel fire. I'm here to check on you and see if you're okay.
He chuckles a bit and says, like, it's fine. I'm not gonna blame you if you.
Oh, like I said, apparently there's been a lot of changes around here since I've been gone. And the curse has been affecting you just as much as it has been in everyone else.
So I'm gonna pass it to Zoran when he comes here.
Good then. I've left Darius to decide on his own what he wants to do, but I
Just
was going to
done.
offer him this.
Just done with all of this bullshit, Celine.
Understandable. Guys, once you can leave the tower, do you need a place to stay? I can find you a home, or you can stay with me for a few days, whatever you need.
He puts his hand on your shoulder and says, "It's fine, Celine. I'm not a child. I can take care of myself. I appreciate concern. I'm fine."
Look, I know you're not a child. I know you all are not children, and you're not my children to corral. But I still worry about you. If I can help, I'm gonna offer it.
I'll be honest. I done enough. Focus on Zoran and focus on fucking Darius. If I hear him go about how he wants this out this tower once more, I'm gonna beat him up.
Honestly, maybe beating each other up would have done some good for you two. He's a vampire now, so it'll take more than a couple swacks.
Yeah, I'm sure it would.
Do you want to talk about Zoe at all?
There's to talk about.
I'm not too sure. You've been engaging with sexual intercourse for a woman who's had a big hand in some of the choices that led your family to this point.
Yeah, and I hate myself. You know why? Because I liked it. Sick, twisted part of me that enjoyed it.
Nice. Even with your new status, you still are a mortal man with desires and needs and wants. I'm not too sure. Darius told me that there was just his mother. That was it. Have you been with anyone else since? And I can't really blame you for enjoying the first moment of comfort.
Shakes his head. No, don't get that, Celine. I it's not just about the sex. It's this place. You know what it does now? It gives me nightmares. You know what? What were my nightmares for the last several hours? Oh, I haven't been able to get a good night's sleep in months. I dreamt I had a family with her. Kids running around.
Now, is it just Zoe in particular, or the concept of it all?
No. It's her face, it's her laughter, it's her smile that I keep having nightmares about. And just every time I just hate myself. Time I wake up.
What? I wanna.
Ah,
I gotta
curse
ask.
strikes again. Yes.
I gotta ask. Is this genuinely a feeling of love, or is there bedlam to be excused here?
Sure,
Like, cause I want to.
roll me figure someone out.
Oh goodness, goodness, goodness.
So we told you one bedlam. No. There's some very conflicted feelings in this man that keep sort of butting heads, and
It's family, man.
he's clearly hates himself for even like entertaining these thoughts, and the fact that there's such a like this man's like God, his head's such so fucked.
Fucking family, man.
You're a good man, Matthias. No matter how much you try to snap under that. And wanting a family, wanting to love someone.
A horrible father. I'm a piece of shit.
You're a person with feelings, emotions, wants, and needs, Matthias. You spent your entire years on the service of someone else, and you finally have the chance to think for yourself.
Yeah.
It
Every time I do that, it seems I make things even worse.
that it is to be human. I'm sorry to say. You're not evil for wanting such things. You're not some monster because your greatest nightmare is to fall in love, have a family, children that you care for. Is that the signs of an evil man?
No, I want to do good, even if I'm completely fucked myself.
And that is something to cherish. Even someone like Zoe wants to fall in love, wants people to care for, wants a family too. Even something like me. We're not creatures of evil and destruction. We all have things that we care for. Small, tender things.
Yeah. Thanks.
Of course, Matthias. And if you need to, I'm not too sure, find a moment to be a human for a little bit. I can help you out with that, okay?
Thanks. Maybe we'll go out drinking sometime.
I look forward to it, Matthias. Gotta make sure you guys are doing alright.
Smiles and nods. Meanwhile, outside, Darius, what are you doing?
Contemplating at the moment. Contemplating like what his next move should be or what his thoughts are. He's trying to he's trying to process and look through all the angles, but he's also just really pissed that his father just doesn't seem to get it. So he's just his mind's just kind of racing at the moment. Why?
As you're sitting and you hear like the sounds of a flapping. You look sort of off to the side as you see Helvia just kind of walking up to you.
He'll scoot over, offer her a seat.
Not fortunately, I won't be sitting here for long. But time is running short, unfortunately for you. It's now or never, Darius.
Which- Why the timetable shift?
Question my orders. I assume they have a good reason for it.
Do you know what my first mission would be?
No.
Oh God. Schrodinger's deboned. The bone out. Damn you fuckers. Y- Any chance? This is gonna help people.
Yes. You will find your angelic nature to be much less harmful towards everyone.
I just don't want to hurt the people I care about.
That depends on if they decide to harm mortals or not. Depends if they decide to kill us. I believe you can bring them into the light. Show them there are other ways than violence, cruelty.
Yeah, his eyes are scanning. He's trying to process, and he just exhales and says, "Please help me." And he'll extend a hand to her.
Yeah, she's gonna grab your hand as taking the deal then.
Yep.
There's this radiant light that just almost explodes around you. As, well, for you, it's gonna be a moment shined with this warmth, this pleasant feeling that sort of surrounds you. As well, Celine, inside, the doors fling open to the front as Blue just kind of says, "Ah, fuck." As you see Darius walking in, bathed in a golden aura, light radiating from as Matthias immediately gets on guard. And besides Darius walks Helvia. And as Darius speaks to you, you hear many voices sort of condensed into one. Matthias Rivers, you will surrender the tower or die. As you can see, like the sort of swirling black energy sort of start to enshroud Matthias. Celine, a fight's about to go down, and I don't think Matthias can take on these people.
Celine will get in front of Matthias to look at him. She's like, Matthias, give them the tower now.
On me, persuade an MP.
Yeah, man, don't make your son kill you.
Well, listen, his father shouldn't have fought back.
It's partial success.
You know what? You're gonna owe a debt to Matthias for this.
Yeah, I completely understand.
As he clenches his teeth and just kind of like relents as kind of nods. The angel sort of, well, Darius sort of walks up to him he will bring out the act. As soon as you can see with anger, he hands over ownership. The tower itself almost comes back to light, as you will notice, Celine, that Helvia looks at you as this is going on and just kind of like sort of like mouths, thank you.
Celine doesn't nod, but there's understanding in her eyes, especially as she looks at whatever Darius right now and Matthias.
As the tower gets bathed in radiant light, the shadows get banished. And the place feels warm again, welcoming. As the red aura around blue disappears, replaced with a golden shining one. As Darius, the moment you kinda come back to your senses, you see in front of you your dad, Celine. Dad looks angered beyond belief. As Helvia
What
just
happened?
kind of puts her arm on your shoulder and says, "It's done now. Tower is yours."
What happened?
As all of you realize, and you realize yourself, Darius, the hunger, it's gone. Ooh. For the first time in your life. No, not like, well, at least since you've died. There's no more need for that blood. Now feel this overwhelming, pleasant, almost comforting feeling. Replace that. As the tower hums in response to your presence.
I shall.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, Celine kind of glances from Darius to Matthias, and if Matthias allows it,
Matthias
she'll
will
put her
just
hand.
walks out, just kind of pushes past Darius. Just
I think it's best we take our leave. Good day to both. She kind of gives a nod and makes her leave as well, following after Matthias.
Helvia just says, "Has been done, Darius. The tower is yours. You are part of heaven now. You are an angel."
Yeah, he should feel something, but it's just like it feels like a personal win, but it's clear that it feels like to him it's still a loss. Thank you for your help.
We will be in touch. As she will turn around and take her leave, unless you have like anything you want to ask her.
No, it's no.
What the curse will be this time, Darius, old boy?
That is gleaming.
Right. This was another W, right?
I am in fact gonna downgrade you for the ontological position.
First mission: go convince Zoran to join heaven. For no reason. Azazel has need of a Bauk.
Also, tell him to drink much, like 5 cartons of milk before. He needs the calcium.
As Celine and Matthias walk out, and you see Zoran in the kind of standing in front of it. What?
Oh, look out! That guy with a hammer!
Like, what happened inside? I see, like, goes up to you two, and Matthias just shakes his head.
It seems the tower has a new owner. Darius has taken the tower and aligned himself with angels and become one of them. I'm sorry.
I believe you were right, Matthias. Well, you know what? You always cared about that tower the most. Zoran is clearly upset at this.
Do you have a place to stay? Some place to rest?
Yeah,
Who says that?
I mean, I assume we were talking to Zoran.
Talk to both of them, actually. Both Matthias.
Matthias kind of like shrugs and says, "I'll find a place. Don't worry."
Matthias, I can get you a place. Please. I'll feel better knowing that you're somewhere safe. Well, this is being, well, so we can deal with everything.
Zoran just kind of says, "Listen, I have a little apartment. Just check in on there, but get me, Celine. Don't." Actually, no, he won't say. They go and check in, old man. I'll join with you soon. Like, gives him like some, just kind of pats him on the back. It's like he wants to talk with you, Celine, in private.
Yeah, she would talk with Zoran, basically.
And it's like Matthias leaves, the old guy. It's like, why did he do it?
I can't say for sure. I think the deal that they offered him was a chance for him, not just the tower, I assume, but also the fact he wouldn't be a vampire anymore. And he
You know,
told your father.
Matthias said he cared about power, and I'll be honest, in all this time training with both you and John, and I was John. You know, John showed me tricks at the castle, the way you can push the building around, almost show that to Jay as well. I was ready to take over this place, you know. Finally, the responsibility. Now I've been training for this for like what, 6 years, and then I just come back to this.
Hmm. I'm sorry. I can only say Darius will believe that this is the right option. That he heard that there was innocence in trouble, but I can't speak for him fully. Maybe.
I need to hear this from himself. I can't deal with this bullshit anymore. As like the shadows start snapping around him.
She puts her hand on her shoulder. Just don't go in there with anger. At the very least.
No, that's a tall order even for me, Celine. Nope. I am going with all the anger. He's like, I'm even talking to him after this, as he like starts marching towards the tower door.
Celine is just like, God damn it! I gotta see this. She's gonna follow behind him, worried out of her mind that this is gonna.
Yeah, he's gonna push the doors open as Darius. You glance back as Zoran like just lets himself in. And he like looks at you like with anger in his eyes, like, what the actual fuck?
Zoran.
No. What's this?
It's to. What is this?
Uh-huh. Not hear the question.
Not what you think.
Oh, then that's why I'm asking for an explanation. It better be a fucking good one.
Zorn. I'm. I don't want to put this burden on other people, and I just want to help people.
Go fuck
This isn't
yourself. Nobody asked you to help other people. Do you think you're helping me? Do you think you're helping yourself? Do you think you helped Matthias with this? How is this helping other people? Exactly. How is this helping other people compared to what was gonna happen in the first place?
Do you know what was going to happen, Zorn? Not.
Do you know how to control a magical building? Have you spent the last 6 years of... No, that's right, because you spent all your time here reading fucking books and magic spells and never giving a shit. You don't understand this place, you never did. So stop pretending like you do.
Zorn, I'm not gonna pick a fight with you, buddy.
Well, sure, choose a very interesting way of showing that. Tell me, why did you do this? And don't give me bullshit about helping people.
Zorn, it really is about helping people. If I would have stayed a vampire, you know how many countless people were in danger every time I tried. I couldn't even feed successfully. Hunters would have got involved. More people.
I don't know, Darius. You know what? Because every time I lose my shit, I used to be afraid I would murder people. You know what you told me? You told me, no, you need to control this. You need to learn how to manage your powers. You need to deal with it. You need to channel these powers for good, you know? And I actually believed you. And now, when you were put in the same situation, you took the easy way out. You just fucking took the easy way out. It's very convenient that the way you help people is also the way you gain power, isn't it?
I don't care about power.
Then just give me the tower, then. Right now. Give it up. Give up your power right now. If you're so sure of that.
No, Grant, I literally just made a deal with a bunch of angels for this.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I mean, she's standing behind you, so.
Yeah, she's literally right here. So like, what is her reaction
She's
to all
very
this?
calm watching this. She's not interfering. She doesn't say anything. She doesn't grimace. She doesn't.
Darius really doesn't know what to do here. This is a little metaphor between stuck in a rock and a hard place. He doesn't know what to do.
You are correct about that.
Like he literally doesn't know what to do.
I think Celine, seeing Darius's struggle, places her hand on Zorn's shoulder and just looks at him and shakes her head. I think it's time we leave, Zorn.
Is that your answer, Darius? Silence? Is that your final answer to me?
No,
very simple. You hand over the power, or you keep it.
Fence sitting is never the answer.
I don't think it's possible to sit here.
Except right now, yeah. He looks at blue. He looks at his actual tower. He looks at the lady, and then he pulls out the contract.
Now, I will remind you, Darius, that if you do this, your nature will not change. Still be an angel. Not gonna mince words. Be very careful when you make an enemy of heaven. As Zoran just kind of says, yeah, you can go fuck yourself. She shrugs and says, well, you'll be able to deal with whatever shadow curse would have befallen this place.
Darius is really looking at Celine here. Like, this is like, he's really looking at a bad spot here.
Celine is giving you nothing in return. She is just watching this and seeing what you do.
So, what I understand, so I understand the full weight of my decision here. If I give him the tower, it's going to make a war out of heaven. And he looks at, it's going to make an enemy out of heaven. And if I don't give, and he'll look at Zoran and be like, if I don't give you the tower, you're all walking away. Do I have it understood?
You always
That's what
had
you believe.
you always had to have basic human interactions explained to you.
The choice is yours, Darius. And all its consequences.
He'll turn to the angel and say, can you give us just a minute?
Not.
Leave, please.
She'll walk out.
If I give you the tower, I'm leaving. I'm leaving town. Not because of the tower, but because my presence just keeps bringing on more trouble. You understand, Zoran?
He nods.
Looks at Celine. You understand?
There was probably a bit of sadness in Celine's face, but she nods as well.
Can't have you guys fighting heaven while you're trying to save Jay. Celine, you were a great mentor. I'm sorry I was such a horrible student.
So is Darius content with the choice of handing the tower back to Zoran and becoming one of the most wanted people for heaven?
Yeah, this will probably be the last day I play Darius Grunt, I'm not gonna lie.
Very well. As contract comes forth, Zoran approaches. Celine, moment. Bright shining light falls down as this powerful wave just slams into you. As the doors of the tower fling wide open. And you get flung out. And the doors shut on the outside. As Helvia is right next to you. I hoped he wasn't so foolish, but alas.
Human relationships are very important. He had to choose between, well, your deal and his son. It's a lot harder for people to make those options.
We got both. Loyalty is rewarded, but disobedience brings suffering.
Was this the plan all along?
I truly hope that you would find a way to convince you all. Abandon your more violent ways and understand that you are fighting against the interests both mortals and the peaceful supernaturals.
Ah, so it's only peaceful when you do it, then. Only
May-
when it's the enemies that you deem worthy enough to kill and butcher?
Tell me,
Never.
Tell me, Celine, did I make you barge into the tower and force his hand?
I didn't force his hand. I gave him the reason to make his own choices. I didn't.
Zoran could have just chosen to accept this and cooperate, but he chose arrogance, ambition, pride.
You really don't understand human emotions and anything, do you?
I do.
You
And
think
I
when a
know-
boy
I know
Okay.
how toxic they are and how they can often lead to one's downfall.
Can you answer me a question?
Yes.
Do angels actually care for mortals, or is it just because they're a more convenient object to use?
I can't speak for all my brethren, but I do. Violence is not the desired outcome.
The way you speak about them makes it seem like you disdain them.
No.
You see a boy look at his father and demand that he choose him over heaven itself and deem that it's arrogance and not.
I merely want to see them rise above their base nature. Because I know they can. I've seen it done countless times. But it is a difficult road.
Of course.
Always,
you know why-
It's always easier to go downhill than uphill.
Do you know why I love humans so much?
Titan.
Because they're messy. Messy in a way that's, well, hard to describe. It's not always intentional. Sometimes it's, yes, it can be selfish and ugly and violent and cruel even to themselves. And sometimes it's clumsy nature. attempts of doing good can lead to bad outcomes. And then there's also the times when they've done so many horrible things, but they decide to do good as well. They climb up, they fall, they keep climbing, and they don't stop. They are the weakest among us, and yet they do so much more and understand life so much more than we do. You look down at their nature and consider them basic and bare, but you don't understand that's what makes them beautiful too.
I look at their nature and see how self-destructive it is. But that is merely the last vestiges of the beast within. Because a human's psyche doesn't just deal with greed, pride, lust. It also deals with goodness, kindness. Humans are diligent, hardworking. They can embody both virtue and sin. But unlike you, Celine, I dislike it. And no, I hate it when I see them given to sin. I adore it. Praise them, encourage them, guide them when they decide to pursue virtue. So you may hate me, but we are maybe more alike than you would like to think.
I don't hate you. Elvia, you're just someone doing their job. What's going to happen to Zorn?
Or they will find a use for him.
Don't you give me that vague outline. What's going to happen to him?
I do
I have
not
care
know.
for that boy.
It is not my place to know.
It's all part of the job, isn't it?
Maybe for some. I like my job. And this right here, as she points at the tower, is a tragedy. And I will not enjoy it. In fact, I will mourn.
It's like a reflection of fucking 50 years ago. Very well then, Elvia. There's not much convincing you any differently. I've been here before. Hope you and your gods do what you all do best, I guess. She will take her leave. She has to go talk to Abaddon.
Nods. And on that note,